The views expressed on the previous program.
Ratings today, baby. Uh-oh. Whole bunch of numbers. We're going to mail them in.
The biggest names.
What do you think, Fancy? How are we going to do? Good, bad, and different?
You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM.
Oh, we're going to take some names.
Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
All right.
560 WQAM presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, dial 567-0560 in Dade and Broward. In other counties, call toll-free 877-785-NEIL or pound 560
like game show
AT&T
yeah, exactly.
Verizon wireless phones. The opinions expressed by Neil, his guests, or his comments do not represent those of WQAM management or staff or sponsors.
Oh, sorry,
now,
Joyce.
The Neil
That was a
Rogers
poison
Show
berry.
on 560 WQAM.
That's where you see some arm problems.
Welcome to Disaster, California.
All right.
When there's not a quake, there's a wildfire blaze. Many have moved to be safe from California. Any kind of fear, you can find it here. I'm dying over here.
Bulletin, wildfires in California. Every time they come on with that, like it's some, not like mudslides in California. Isn't that a novelty?
Right.
Not. 10:01 at 560 WQAM. Happy Wednesday to you. We showed up today in spite of the fact that the trends are coming out today, July, August, and September. No, I take that back. August, September, and October.
Mm-hmm.
3 months of the rolling numbers. Now, there's the new thing, and I tried to print this damn thing out, and it won't print out. Do you ever have that where you try to print out a page and it won't print?
Yes.
And I try to highlight it and it won't do it. It's on the Arbitron website, the portable people meter.
Yeah.
Electronic audience measurement with a portable people. It's like the purple people meter.
What it won't let you print the selection?
It won't even select. Oh no! Now it did it just because you opened up a mouth. I can't believe that.
That's Murphy's Law right there.
Wow. How's Murphy doing, by the way?
Oh, he's just fine.
Kill the old son of a bitch. Okay, now it's going to print out the selection. And I can read all about how it's going to work. And it's not in this market yet, but it's going to be in the top 51 markets. So it will be here. And all these people that are trying to pretend that they're listening to something else and that lie, the closet audience we were discussing before the show today, guess what? You're done. You're finished. Because the portable people meter, the thing that goes on our signal.
The purple people meter?
The purple people meter goes on our signal. And then if you're not listening to the show, it eats you. It devours you. It comes to your house like a gremlin. Oh, here's all the stuff, pages of it. It's way too ponderous and very interesting because somebody sent me an email about that this morning. Got some interesting emails, by the way, some really heavy-duty stuff, including one from the fake Rick Riley. We got a follow-up from a fan, which I'm positive is Dan from Maryland because it's just... Nobody else could be that neurotic. You know, one day they love you, the next day they hate you. They always start out they hate, and then they come back and kissy, 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 licky, 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 you know, like that. Jim in Chicago says, just an interesting piece for you. If you've seen it already, I apologize. Well, I hadn't seen it, Jim. I listened via the archives the next day, so I'm always a day late and a loony short. I can say that in Chicago, the PPMs from Arbitron have unwired the numbers here. Quick example. WGCI Urban Radio was second with a 6.2. In 12 plus in the summer book, which was the last paper book. For the October book, all books are monthly now. It's 13th, from 2nd to 13th, with a 2.7.
Mm-hmm.
So they dropped from a 6.2, and again, that's an urban station. So, see, people vote for radio stations like they vote for candidates in elections.
Right.
Ditto, 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 ditto. All the ditto heads.
And even if they are...
can I finish this? Calm down now. Just take a deep breath. Unfortunately, the stations that have done well are all Bonneville Mormon stations up here. Sad, since they play such awful music. Hopefully this email kills some good time. Thank you, Jim in Chicago. How do you like that?
I do.
Now, what were you going to say before you so sadly interrupted yourself?
I don't know. I forgot.
No. New age for radio, electronic audience measurement with a portable people meter system. After years of research, field test, and industry review, Arbitron's revolutionary radio audience measurement system, the portable people meter, PPM, is now being rolled out as a commercial radio rating service. It'll replace Arbitron's current diary-based ratings with passive electronic measurement. Current plans call for the PPM to be deployed in the top 50 radio markets by 2010. At the same time, Arbitron's exploring will be testing in the field different approaches to using electronic measurement in markets ranked 51 plus. You know, I'm trying to remember what station it was. Oh, it was WTPS in Kalamazoo. And some of the guys from the station and I, we would go around like to shopping center parking lots, and we would look in the window, like in the passenger window of the car, to see what. Of course, back in those days, it wasn't digital, you know, so your dial was actually sitting on some spot, your radio dial. I mean, is that stupid or what?
Yeah.
Why did we do that?
I don't know.
It was something to do. The PPM system automatically reports audience exposure to inaudible codes embedded in a broadcast signal. Like, yeah, ours is going to sound like that. So, starting when they start this in the South Florida market and you're walking around in a kitchen or in the office and you hear that, you'll know that they're measuring you, so to speak. In the top 50 markets, including us, Arbitron will provide PPM encoders free of charge and report PPM audience estimates for all FCC-licensed AM and FM radio stations. Boy, it's a good thing we got our license back, including non-commercial stations that wish to participate. The PPM data, however, will only be provided to those who subscribe to the PPM service. So stations like the Light Bulb Jr. and Mr. Ego Station, all those, they won't even show up. Well, they still don't show up even now. Arbitron recognizes the importance of accreditation from the Media Rating Council for any new service, yada, yada, yada. It's ongoing, and our goal is to gain accreditation in all PPM markets, and et cetera, and so on. It says the PPM service gives broadcasters more choices than ever before in determining their level of participation in radio audience measurement at the local market level. Since the PPM ratings are based on detecting inaudible codes hidden in broadcast systems and streams, it's up to the radio broadcaster to decide if they want their audience measured and how many of their broadcast operations they want rated. Arbitron will provide 2 encoders and 1 encoding monitor to all FCC-licensed AM or FM stations at no cost. Oh, no cost. We like it. We want it. You think we want it?
Yeah, a lot.
And it goes on. On. I don't really understand it.
Sure you do.
I don't understand it.
Of course you do. How can you not? There's going to be an inaudible tone like, remember the carts, the trip tone, the secondary tones, things like that?
No, I understand that part, but how do they know who's listening?
The people meter records the tone, so it hears it. What does it have to do with these numbers I just got?
Oh, you got numbers? Are they good or bad? Who gave them to you?
Clarence.
Is he smiling or laughing or grabbing his crotch again?
He was nothing.
Nothing? Well, he hates us anyway, so. He wants the beast in midday. And by the way, you people that are bugging Norm with those phony Sirius deals already, just leave him alone. He's an old queen. He's under enormous stress. Look at that. Charlie B's 4 polls for the future are sitting in there. And this one we're doing now is one of the worst polls we've ever done. So what do you got? Are you sending it to me? What are we getting first, men?
Men 18 plus, then persons 25-54.
Okay, that's all I want. Okay, let's take a look at yesterday's poll, which we concluded because we had over 1,000 votes. We had 1,055. And, of course, Fatso will chime in and say, oh, no, 1,050 is something else. He didn't chime
59.
in. Wow.
1059.
What should Americans be most ashamed of? George W. Bush, 368. Boy, he got 35% of all the votes. Butchery of the Indians, 156. Slavery, 149. Michael Bolton, 59. It's 82 along the coast. You're a dork, Johnny. Iraq attack, 37. Censorship, 33. 9/11 unavenged, 33. Jewish refugee ship, the St. Louis, turned away, 31. Obesity, 29. Gun violence, 22. The KKK, 19. Segregation, 18. Patriot Act, 16. Japanese-American internment, 15. Hiroshima, 14. Reagan ignores the AIDS crisis, 11. Clinton impeachment, 10. Energy guzzling, 9. We finally got a few people to admit that they're guzzlers. Vietnam, 8. Hoover's FBI tenure, 4. Television, 4. McCarthy-era blacklisting, 3. Salem witch hunt, 3. Watergate, 2. And nuclear proliferation, 2. Out of 1,059 vote. Got some numbers coming in, baby. Oh. Say a bracha, say a prayer. We need help. Men 18 plus. Now, I don't understand. Where's the first page? This starts with number 9.
Whatever.
Here it is. Hot 105, number one, continuing to be number one, alleged, from a 6.9 to a 6.6, though, from the summer. Radio Ritmo, oh, here we go again. Radio Mambi, number 3. CMQ FAM, Radio Amor, WQBA. Oh, my God. Does anybody, and look at that, we're flat. Although we went from 11th to tied for 8th. And this is, of course, including October, which is the start of the Dolphin, the fall book, baby. Dolphins. We love the Dolphins. They win a lot. Oh, now wait a minute. We're on here twice.
Say what?
Look at this. This is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in an Arbitron deal. We're on here. We're number 8 with a 3.0, and we're number 13 with a 2.7. You see that?
Huh? No, I'm not looking at anything.
Monday. Oh, this is the morning. What do you mean you're not looking at anything? It's
Well,
got
I'm
us on. It's
faxing,
got QAM.
not looking.
It has QAM on here twice. Waxy had a 2.3. Oh, that's Sid, man. He can't buy a number for love or money. Loudmouth Sid, 2.3. He's number 19. Still, well, at least he's consistent. He was number 19 in the book. And he's still number 19. 2.2 to a 2.3. We're on here twice. Now, which one is the correct number, man?
I don't know. Add them up.
No, seriously.
Well, seriously, I've never seen anything like that. Have you?
No,
I don't know what to do with that.
How could QAM be? Well, that's because we're so good, I guess.
You sure it's not a typo?
Well, what do you mean typo? What does that mean, typo?
A typographical error.
Are you looking at it? Do you see the? Do you see what I see? Well, why not?
Because it's in the machine, man.
Well, where's the rest of the stuff?
In the machine also. What day part do you see that in?
Oh, wait a minute. This is all screwed up. This is bizarre. There's another page here. I don't get it. There's another page here that doesn't have us 13th. It doesn't have the... I don't get it. There's a page in here that doesn't belong, but it says Men 18 Plus, Monday through Sunday, 6 to 10 a.m. It's got the coast as number 9. Where is this from? What is this? Is this like Clarence playing with our heads or something? Oh, this is Monday through Sunday. Ah. You slipped a bogus page in there.
I just put them in as I got them.
You slipped a bogus.
Didn't even take time to look at them.
Oh, scared the crap out of me. So let's see. Where are we in the morning? Well, 3.0 is better than 2.7. Okay, so we'll take it. From 11th to 8th.
Okay.
Well, where's the rest of it? When's it coming?
I stuffed everything in the machine, man.
Well, what the hell happened to it?
If it didn't roll through, if there was like doubled up, then
let me go and look at my machine here. One moment.
Yeah. Well, why don't you take the break since you're late for it already?
Receiving. It says receiving page 1. Oh, here comes some more crap. Okay, let's, like I said, take the break. Late my ass.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader. No portion of this program may be reproduced without the express written permission of WQAM Beasley Broadcast Group, Incorporated.
By the way, sorry, Sid, I got your number wrong. It's worse than what I said. Bad. Real bad. Real bad.
WQAM is proud to bring you the WQAM School of Broadcasting. Yes, you too can have an illustrious career in the wonderful world of radio, if you follow our curriculum. The course is free. Of course, you'll work for free. Call 1-800-WANNABE and speak to our Director of Education, Mr. Lenny Martez.
So, you want me a broadcaster?
A what?
A broadcaster.
Yeah.
No, broadcaster.
Broadcaster,
well,
right.
Can you say news? News.
News.
No, it's not news, it's news.
News.
I'll take you on a tour. You need help. Here, we have the Joe Rose Beginner's Course.
Wait. Repeat after me, man. Wait. It's good.
Wait. Over here, we have the effect of the river we roll.
Wait, know what you need. Wait, Give us a call. All you gotta do is call us right now. Repeat after me. Now.
And over here we have the hate subjectivism.
And open your books to page 14. Repeat after me. And, no, that's what I want you to repeat. Go ahead. Okay.
And over in this room is Goatee 101.
Yes, it's the wonderful world of radio. Radio, where you can hear your own voice. Let the WQAM School of Broadcasting provide you with the essential tools you'll need to make your wet radio dreams come true. I mean, one come true.
10:20 at 560 WQAM. So I finally got this all straightened out.
Good. I hope there are no missing pages other than that page 1, which I don't have.
Page 1 what?
The very first page of the
I got it.
Of the stack. You got it.
I got it.
How did you get it? I don't have it.
I don't know. You sent it to me.
Oh, must have been magic.
Monday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to midnight.
All right.
I don't know what I got. I just got.
Not that page really matters because we're on the other
but
page.
I got it.
Okay,
It
good.
was stuffed in the middle of a bunch of other crap.
How do you like that?
We're stuffing our crap, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's take a look. 6 to 10 a.m. Men, this is just men. And I noticed the persons 2554 are starting to percolate. We went up a little bit midday, not much, 10 to 3. And we went from 11th to tied for 8th. This is the Jolly Joe Bell era. We used to say, we're number 1, damn it. Now we say, we're number 8, damn it. And tied for 8th. Who are we tied with? Oh, Life and Power and Y100. What? How do you like that?
All right.
Y100 went way up from a 2.4 to a 3.0. Men, 18 plus. Well, it includes 18, 19 punks. We don't have any of those people. Do we? Not too many. Not too many. Okay, 2554 stuff is coming along. See, I can't keep up with it this fast. I'm getting old and feeble. Now, let's see overall. That'll give us a good indication of whether there's going to be any bonus money for George, who needs it badly. I don't need it. I'm loaded. Let's see. Persons 2554. You know how we do this. QAM 25 to a 27 overall.
Right.
So in men,
we'll
that's not the right.
Isn't it?
Huh? No, I just attached it to the wrong thing. You're sending me pages from just all over the place.
Okay.
You are.
All right.
This is 2554. I have the first page, and that's all I've got from the whole week. And then now that's starting with the morning, 6 to 10 a.m.
I stuffed them in there just like I got them.
Boy, Clarence must be taking extra Metamucil or something. Boy, he is really full of crap today. God. 6 to 10 a.m., persons 25 to 54. Hot 105, number 1 with an 8.6. Disney is sitting over there. Have another belt, Mike. Get that nose nice and red. Get it all glowing for Santa Claus. Radio Amor is number 2 with a 7.0. This is mornings, persons 2554. Let's see about us. What about us? I don't see us on here. Where's Joe Rose? Here we go, 1.8 to a 1.9, making a little bit of movement, like a bowel movement there. So that means in men 2554 in the morning, we got about a 3.8. Just double it, because women, we ain't got squat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's my formula, and it usually is fairly accurate. Just double it and subtract by 4 and potchkey around with it, throw it against the wall and see what slides off. Oh, and I made a mistake, by the way, on the men 18 plus numbers. I was looking at the whole week.
I see.
So Sid the Kid wanted to apologize to him because I said he was whatever he had. He's much worse. He had a 2.0, although that's an improvement from his 1.8 in the summer book. He went from a tied from 19th to 19th all. No, he's still, he's 19th all by himself. A 2.0. We had a 3, he had a 2. Neither number anything to get too excited about, if you ask me. But then again, what do I know? I know nothing about this crap. Midday, are we on the first page? Persons 2554, you bet we're not. Oh, look at that. We went from a 2.3 in the summer book to a 2.7. And that's 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we had close to a 6 share. There might be a little bonus money hanging out if we do good November, December. Everybody mark us down, okay? Mark us down before you die. That's not good, but persons...
We'll take it. It's a step in the right direction.
From 17th to 14th. Yes, it's a little step up. Wow. Of course, that's 10 to 3. Now, maybe the Big O is responsible for the goose up there, because we lost Jerks in October. When did Jerks leave, Tubby?
August, I believe.
August?
I believe so. Yeah, because it was just before his 1 year.
Oh, isn't that sad? September. I mean, his show sucked watermelons. I mean, it was horrendous. Oh, I'm sorry, it sucked cantaloupes.
I can't believe
I know that sounds like a racial thing. I know. Sorry. It sucked big time. Whatever fruit you want to stick in there. But nevertheless, I mean, shouldn't they let him at least finish out 1 year and then said, hey, you're fired? Afternoons 3 to 7, persons 25 to 54. Let's see how the Mad Dog did against La Bastard. IOD 2.9. Waxy 3-1 down to a 2-7. La Bastard, he's slipping. Where the hell are we though? Where's QAMA? Whoa. From a 1-3 to a 1-4, though, that's an improvement. So that means about a 2-8 in men, 25-54 in the afternoon. That is really... Nice move there, getting rid of the humper, by the way, Joe. That was really good. That was golden, you idiot.
That was funny.
God. Mad Dog doesn't do that well when he follows 2 hours of dead air. I'm not talking about the Big O, of course, because he's...
rock solid.
I'm talking about Jerks, you know. And the Big O. So what do you think?
About what?
Life. They sure play some pretty music. Yeah. It's 87 along the coast. We could need Johnny Dark to do all the voiceovers on this station, then we'd really go in the toilet.
I'm sure he'd do sports updates, too.
Yeah, he could do some sports updates. He could replace somebody, Jesse Agler, because Jesse's too good. They hate him. They don't like anybody who's like articulate, not just a jock-sniffing idiot. Although Ken Malden's articulate, not a jock-sniffing idiot. He's a great guy.
Yes, he is.
They just haven't discovered he's Jewish yet. I told Hank that when we were having dinner that night. I said they haven't discovered that Ken... He just spit out his ravioli all over the table. I wish they would have had ravioli. I wish they had something good. Now, let's see. The weekends, the Dolphins should really kick us up there because this includes October, right? On the weekends, if the Dolphins are really worth the time and the effort and the aggravation. But it didn't happen, though. Well, we went up a little bit on the weekend in men. We went from a 1.5 from 20th to a 2.3 to 17th. And we beat the guys across the street. That's all we care about. They had a 1-3 on the weekend. Nah. You suck over there, okay? You guys suck. You blow. Now, how did they do in midday? Persons 25-54. Waxy. We had the 2-7, which in men is not bad. It's about a 6 share from 10 to 2. Waxy, I'm still looking. 2-1 down to a 1-9. Oh, my God. Boy, do they suck, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And what we're going to do about the afternoon? I think we're just going to have to kill somebody. 1027 at 560 WQAM.
Come one, come all.
It's the worst depression of our time. As a result of unchecked white-collar crime. Republicans on the side of God left us on our ass and we lost our job. Already placing the blame on the new administration. But the last 8 years gave us hyperinflation. In the USA. Complacency should be in the past. With all the Republican shoes in your ass.
Rectum.
All you blue-suit tragic cops that raped us. Here's a bailout check, have a great vacation. And now we got is hyperinflation. I'm dying over here.
10:33. 27 before 11 at 560 WQAM. Let's take a look at that schedule, that award-winning QAM schedule, baby, for Wednesday. The Big O.
Rock solid.
Returns. I bet you he's kicking ass between 2 and 4, you think?
Maybe.
Then from, George didn't say a word.
No.
From 4 to 7, we got Mad Dog. 7 to 8, it's the Dolphins tonight with the Kemba Bocamper. And then it's a Wednesday, but we got the high school gridiron report from 8 to 9 because we can't put it on tomorrow because tomorrow night we got Hurricanes football. Canes. And then 9 to 11, we got the DA show tonight. DA, by the way, is below a 1 again in persons 2554, although he's got a 0.7. So that means like a 1.4 in men. Why don't we just do transmitter maintenance? My extrapolation here, I figure we did close to a 7 share in 10 to 2 in October. Men 2554.
Okay.
Well, that would be a good start for the fall book, mister. You're looking for that bonus money.
I'm rubbing it right now.
That's what I came back for from that cushy summer schedule, to grab a hold of the reins and rain on it. And I'm going to tell you something. It's interesting. That's when we started doing the emails, too, and got rid of these stupid-ass phone calls. Oh, the phone calls are what make your show, Neil. Interesting program. Yeah, right. Just because Jolly Bell wants to sit back and let a half a dozen a-holes destroy the program, I don't want to do that, Jolly Joe, you moron. So that's why I had to come up with something new and different and exciting. In fact, I've got some pretty interesting crap here in the email today that came in yesterday. A fan is back, and the fake Rick Riley is on there for the first time, making an appearance. And I've got some other crap. Well, I guess I can, do we need anything more from these ratings? Do we need to know anything more?
No.
Anybody else we care about? Well, let's see how IOD did. Does this include any of the Jimmy Syphilis show? I would think so. Oh, my God, where the hell are they? Persons 2554, where's WIOD? The Isle of Dreams, baby, where is it? Oh, they just dropped slightly from a 2.2, from tied for 14th to 18th with a 2. Oh, wow, that's pretty weak. What about in men? I know Jimmy likes his men. Let's see. Where is men 18 plus mornings? You got it?
No, all the numbers have gone. I have nothing
now. You're so surly. I'm just stalling for time.
Oh, okay.
Here, which should be obvious to you after all these years. I see 10 to 3, 3 to 7, 7 to midnight. What happened to my 6 to 10 a.m., men 18 plus? Oh, here it is right here. Right in my fat hand. Let's see. WIOD. Not on the first page. We got a 3.0. We're at the bottom of the first page, but at least we're on the first page. 3-1 down to a 2-8. Uh-oh, from 9th to tied for 12th with the Coast and MIB. Dropping precipitously. What about midday now that Footsie's gone, huh? 10 to 3, IOD? See, all they care about here, these goofballs of ours, is across the street and us. They don't care about IOD or INZ. They were a flat midday, 3-0 to a 3-0. So I guess Footsie was no great loss. Oh, no, that's Persons 2554. Excuse me. They beat us in that. But then again, that includes Rush. See, that's Rush. Rush. Aren't you sick and tired of that fat fart already?
No, I avoid him deftly.
Me too. Pill-popping fat fart. Comedian Rush Limbaugh, as Olbermann calls him. Let's see, middays, where's WIOD? Are they on the first page? Oh, yeah, look at that. 5-3, flat in men. Which means that the Nazis got a lot of diaries again here. Not good. First was CMQ-FAME with a 10.4 share. WCMQ-FM is number 1 in men in midday. No speaky English. No speaky English. How do you like that?
Uh-huh.
WCMQ-FAME. You people got to be schmitting me, man. You have to be joking. I'd rather see the Coast be number 1, anything, than some no-speaky English station. God, you'd think we were working in a foreign country or something. No speaky English. Robert sends me a thing here. It says, gay or not gay. A football team have come up with a cheeky new way to score from a free kick. Players from Italian side, Catania, distracted the opposition goalkeeper by standing in front of him, dropping their shorts and mooning him. The Sicilian team from Italy's top-flight Series A carried out the maneuver to perfection as Giuseppe Mascara scored during a 3-2 win over Torino on Sunday. Catania Chief Executive Pietro Lamonaco said yesterday that is a strategy that Coach Walter something tries continually in training. Former Italian referees Chief Paolo Cesarin says it was unsportsmanlike. And Scotland's former top ref Hugh Dallas agreed that Torino got a bum deal. Oh, is that a clever play on words or what? However, he said the low-down tactic was unlikely to catch on in Scotland. First of all, I think it would just be too cool to do something like that here, he said. Maybe the Dolphins can start doing it. They can start mooning guys. What do you think? What do you think? How about this week against the Patriots? Maybe Matt Castle will drop his drawers.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
No, I'd love it. Hey, Matt. Mike from Pembroke Pines has been a fan of yours for years, was wondering how to find some of those classics you used to be able to play before the Nazis made you stop. Well, you can't, Mike. You just can't. I'm sorry, but you can't. Like Restitution, Condoleezza. If possible, I'd like to acquire these classics so me and my dad can have a good laugh when needed. Love your show. Hope it lasts for a long time. Thanks, Mike from Pembroke Pines, but we can't. We'd like to oblige, but can't do it. Can't do it, Pally. Not even for old time's sake. Todd in Hollywood says he likes his ice cream with peanut butter. I haven't even gotten to today's poll yet, and I'm embarrassed. It sucks. I'm sorry, Charlie B., thank you for the great poll.
That's right.
How do you most often eat ice cream? In a bowl, 84. Right out of the carton, 53. In a cone, 19. Licking it off somebody's body, 9. In a sundae, 8. On a stick, 6. Yeah, stick it, and a ticket. I like it but can't eat it, 5. On a pie or in a cake, 5. What about ice cream sandwich?
Wouldn't that be with your fingers?
No, what are you talking about?
Oh, okay. I eat my ice cream sandwich with a knife and fork.
How would you most in an ice cream sandwich?
All right.
Jesus, you are so... No wonder your wife wants to just blaze a trail of fire under your ass. On a pie or in a cake, 5. I don't like ice cream, 4. Nuke it first, 2. I didn't get to vote for that. I would have, but you finally put it on there. Now, what did the guy just say?
I don't know.
Oh, with peanut butter.
Oh.
You don't know because you weren't listening when I read his variant. Todd in Hollywood. Sorry, Todd. George ain't paying attention.
What?
He's busy worrying about when it's going to be 2 o'clock. And quite frankly, it's Woodbine Wednesday, by the way. It just dawned on me.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names. The best
Boy,
talent.
what a long lull that was, man. Low.
Afternoons 4 to 7. Sports Radio 560 QAM. The sports leader.
Neil, God.
Here's a preview of the all-new season of 24.
Drop the interest rates!
Jack, I don't have the power to do that, and you...
Drop the interest rates now!
Interest rates are controlled by...
Do it!
I'll have to call an emergency meeting of the Federal Reserve. Do it.
Thank you for calling the Federal Reserve. We're experiencing extremely heavy call volume right now. Please stay on the line.
Jack, you didn't by any chance buy a big, ugly house on a tiny little lot in a neighborhood full of big, ugly houses on tiny little lots, did you?
Yeah.
And you put no money down, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing it was much more house than you needed.
Uh-huh.
And you knew the interest rate would go up.
They told me the value of my house would keep going up forever.
And you believed them. I think you know what to do, Jack. Hurts, doesn't it?
I'm really sorry I shot you.
24 returns on November 23rd on Fox.
Can't wait. 14 to 11 at 560 WQAM. The Dow's down 68 point. Here's a real selling opportunity, by the way. I wonder when Maria's going to start chiming in. The fake Maria.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget to go see George this Saturday, okay? And we can have a big celebration. Hey, our ratings weren't all that bad. They're not that good, but... What about magic? We don't care. Do you believe in magic?
Oh, yeah.
Me too. John Sebastian believed it, and now he's dead. Isn't he dead?
That's what we hear. No, he's not. Or
John Sebastian
Well,
is
I'll have
not
to Google
dead.
it.
I think you're wrong. From the gloves in the spoonful of ice cream? Can't believe we're getting a lot of votes on that poll. That poll sucks. God, it's bad. Sorry, Charlie. I know we've got some other ones loaded there for the rest of the week. Thanks very much for your hard work. He had one good one on there from last week, Charlie Beamer. I don't remember which one it was, but it was one really good one. And then the rest of them, like that. It's not easy coming up with an interesting poll.
Still alive.
Just ask Footy. What?
Still alive.
Right.
John Sebastian's still alive?
He's 64.
Yep.
Do you believe in magic? How come they don't use that on that station?
Maybe they did once and got tired of it.
Maybe Ricky Ticky would know. You know, I answered Ricky Ticky's happy birthday email from, I don't know, long ago, and he never reads that stuff. Nobody reads MySpace anymore. MySpace is out. And don't tell me that Facebook is in, okay? I'm not moving from one tragedy to another one. Well, that MySpace took years off my life. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
Took years. What?
I said, uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
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 I'm looking to see if there's anything I left out here that might be of interest in these ratings. Life is number one in midday. 8.9 share. Life, the music of your life. The Carpenters, Michael Bolton, and some other real slush. Gloria Estefan. What do they play on Life now? I remember once upon a time they used to play almost all instrumentals. So people that work like in doctors and dentist orifices and things like that, or people work in any office.
Elevator music?
Yeah, they listen to elevator music all day, so they put it down. Oh, we listen to Life. Nobody voluntarily listens to Life unless you're an idiot. Persons 25 to 54, my ass, Life. Radio Amor is second. Boy, you talk about spos and schvos, my God. Just because Obama won the election, does that mean we have to go nuts here with minorities? Jesus Christ. Coast is number 3 in the Persons 25-54. That almost makes me happy. They dropped from second. And again, the same thing. Slush. Background music. Elevator music. CMQ-FAMA is 4th. What do they have on? Don't they have those two guys or something? I thought they were on in the morning. Those two guys who are supposedly funny on CMQ.
Yeah, I don't know. They bop around. I don't keep track of that. You'll have to ask some other Julio that actually listens to that.
They bop around. Hot 105 is 4th in the morning. EDR in the midday. In Persons 25-54. Oh, let's see how Ron and Old Paul did, by the way. Men 18 plus. How'd they do in the morning? Whoa. 4-3 down to a 3-9. From 7th to a tie from 6th. Not a big drop in the standings there, but nevertheless a half a notch. They dropped a half a notch. Of course, who the hell are we to talk? Men 18 plus. And, of course, all of our men are like over the age of 100. The living and breathing men. Well, they don't want to hear that old Neil. We want George back again to talk about roller skating.
Yeah, right.
They do. They want you, man. They don't want me anymore. I'm done. Although we might have had close to a 7 share in October. If we could just get rid of September and July. And, of course, November was my birthday month and the election and everything like that. We might kick ass in this fall book. What do you say, in the Dolphins? Yeah. I doubt it. Let's see. Big. How's Big in the morning? I mean, in the midday. Where the hell are they? Oh, my God. 3-2 down to a 2-9. Even we beat them in men. We had a 3-4. That's 10-3, so we had like a, 3-8. And at midday, they had a 2.9. Now, how long are they on? From 6 a.m. till midnight or something, pulling old Ron? Ancient Paul and geriatric Ron? Do we know?
I don't.
They're on for like 1 million hours, I know that. And boy, he sure wanted in a QAM so badly, Castronova, and then he lied about it. That was great. That was good stuff. Lied through his teeth. Oh, no, you're making that up, Neil. Don't believe anything Neil says, although I did have dinner with Neil at the Sawgrass last night at the Nathan's, yeah. Nathan's my ass.
How do you do that?
Okay, let's get to some of these emails. I got some really good stuff, too. Oh, before that, and we had it just at the ass end of the show yesterday, Andrew Ass in the Woods dies. I couldn't believe when you said that.
Well, there you go.
It's got a picture of him here, too. He looks like a fat guy.
Yeah.
He looks like an okay guy. Boy, he was 51. Sherman Oaks, California, WOAI AM radio is reporting the death of a local radio legend, Andrew Asswood. According to the station's website, Ass in the Woods died of a massive heart attack at his Sherman Oaks, California home late Thursday. He was 51. Late Thursday. And this is Tuesday. Boy, the news sure doesn't... And this is Wednesday last time I checked.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is Tuesday that this thing came in. Before coming to WOAI AM in 1997, Asswood worked at radio stations in several states, including Florida, Wisconsin, and Arizona. In 2003, he was hired to become vice president and general manager of Fox Sports Radio, a unit of Premier Radio Networks. He worked in Florida. He was the program director on this radio station once upon a time before Muff came in. Before we came to the station. Didn't Muff start just the same time we did?
Just before.
Like just days before.
Like, yeah, well, like within a month or something like that.
Remember that? Where did we have that lunch? It was at the place that's not there anymore.
Steak and Ale.
No. It was
yes.
not Steak and Ale. No, it was not.
Okay.
It was?
All right.
Steak and Quail in Hollywood?
Yeah, it's not there anymore. It's like a
No,
Longhorn or something.
I thought we had it at Il Molino and Plantation.
You might have had a lunch there, but, I went to at least one with you and Duff
I'm going to do
and
it,
Greg.
Joyce. You're right in the chair in a minute.
Steak and Ale.
If you don't stop. I'm sure it was Il Molino. Boy, that was a good place, too, and it's not there anymore. Though the original one in Fort Lauderdale is still there by the Gateway Theater, but the one in the Plantation, no more. He was truly a valued mentor, Andrew Ass in the Woods, boss, employee, friend, all-around good guy who accomplished great things. Premier Radio Network's President Charlie Rahili was quoted as saying on WOAI's AM Webster about Asswood, "I am the pressure's building badly. I'm going to go Joyce." He was diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago. He fought it tenaciously, telling friends failure is not an option. But he failed. He was native of Elm Grove, Wisconsin, was a lifelong Green Bay Packers fan. That explains it. That explains it. Once Brett Favre came back and to put on that Jets uniform, that was the end for Andrew's Ass in the Woods. He graduated from, he graduated from Albion College in Michigan. WALM Albion, Michigan. I worked there in 1975. How do you like that? And I broadcast Albion College football and basketball. Did you know that?
I do now.
Well, I sure as hell did. The Albion Wildcats, that was the high school team. I don't remember what the college team was. We went to Hope, Michigan, and, Olivet, all these other little dorky towns. He's survived by his wife, Sandra, and his sisters, Ann and Lori. Funeral arrangements are pending. I'm not going to tell that story about him, and I'll leave it to Norma Kent to tell it someday. It would just be bad form, when somebody croaks. It was certainly not something I would have ever told while he was alive, and now that he's dead, I don't know, I might as well. No, I'm not going to do it. The Dow is down 82 points. You know it, right?
I do.
Now, would you tell it on the air?
I don't know.
Well, come on. I'm looking for a little assistance here, a little ass in the woods.
Well, no, probably not.
No. It would be, well, what's the point of beating somebody up after, especially he died from cancer, he was a young guy, 51 years old?
Just thinking about, family members and things like that.
Right, that's right. Why do people need to know something sub rosa like that? I mean, okay, here's the poll so far. Well, I'm getting old. In my earlier days, I'd have just blurted it right out.
To your question before?
Yes?
It looks like Ron and Paul are on to 11, and then 11 to 2 is Toast by himself.
Oh, my God. Do those guys suck or what? Toast?
Yep.
Toast? Wasn't he on with the
round table?
Kenny and Blow morning show?
Uh-huh. Cleared out all the good bits that we had in there.
And he just keeps bouncing back and forth from one of those flunky morning shows to another one. Toast. Somebody ought to put his ass in the toaster and put it on high cook. He's the one that brought over that square table and crap from across the street. He's the one that sabotaged that great Kenny and Blow morning show. Robert Creeper, the Grim Reaper, Lord of the Board. I'm telling you, the minute I heard that, I wanted to kill somebody. Probably Joe Bell. How do you most often eat ice cream? Asked Charlie B. Don't blame me or George or even Fat Chris for this poll. We had nothing to do with it. It just was the first one on the list. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the fake Greg Budell. Bubba's contract is up in January. You blew it. Well, you know what? Too bad. I got a contract that starts in January, and you're tampering with my contract, fake Greg Budell. They just won't stop with this nonsense, and they keep calling Norma with fake phone numbers and fake names, and But at least it keeps them off the streets. Of course, if you were stuck in Montgomery, Alabama, you'd probably be looking for something else to do, too.
All the time.
I'm going to be joicing during the break.
Good.
And then when we come back, we'll read the results of the scintillating poll.
Biggest names.
Does it for me.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent. You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Wait till you hear what they say. It's all next on Larry King Live. Governor Sarah Palin, unscripted, uncensored, unleashed. Right now on Larry King Live. Governor.
I will do what the people of Alaska want me to do. My life is in God's hands. If he's got doors open for me, I invite you to come up to Alaska and especially look at the resources. Again, I'm not going to close any doors of opportunity.
Governor.
And the door is open for me to do so. It would be something that I am who I am, though, and I call it like I see it. And some of those questions, regarding, I'm not going to close any doors that perhaps would be in front of me and would, I'm not going to close any door there in terms of opportunity that may be there in the future. But at this point, my life is in God's hands. If he's got doors open for me.
What a story.
Again, I'm not going to close any doors of opportunity.
Now, don't interrupt. We're almost out of time so quickly. Are you ready to run for the presidency? Is that something that would interest you?
I'm not going to close any door there in terms of opportunity that may be there in the future. But at this point, you don't run a race to lose. My goodness.
I'll be back in just a minute.
What a waste of that chapter is closed now. The campaign is over.
Excelente, baby. I like that.
Wow.
I started to promote your appearance this weekend, and then you interrupted or something.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'll keep doing that.
Well, don't do that, or nobody will show up, and then you say, "Oh, geez, old man, you ain't got no audience."
I get paid the same.
Come see George this Saturday, November 22nd. From what?
I'm interrupting.
Oh, and by the way, Flea's an idiot. You know, yesterday he's just another groupie of this show. He doesn't do his job. All he's interested in doing is sending me breathless emails. He says, the word is that Bubba Love Sponge is starting at 93 Rock the beginning of the year. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I bet you he makes just as much of a big impact in the market as Mancow. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Who is Bubba the Love Sponge?
What?
Who is that?
A reject from Tampa.
Oh.
Who's on Sirius, by the way. And now this is the song and the dance that they're peddling me again with these fake emails. Oh, he's leaving the beginning of the year. His contract's up, and you blew it. You had a chance to do. But you know something? Nobody negotiates through blind fake emails on the Internet, okay? I know that comes as a great surprise to the fake Greg Budell and the fake Sonny Fox and the fake this one and that one. But nobody negotiates with somebody by, sending a bunch of blind fake emails. Oh, you really blew it this time. Screw them. I got a deal here, 5 years and a month and a half, and I'm sticking it out. You see it?
Oh, look at that.
You must have good eyesight.
You.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it away.
That's right. Sounds to me like people are contract tampering. I'm going to sue the people at Sirius for $1 trillion. Then, of course, they ain't got it anyway. 21 cents a share. Mm-hmm. Who the hell are they kidding? The Dow's down 124, by the way. The Dow is down. When in doubt, bail them out. I have very ambivalent feelings about that whole deal. Of course, the auto industry will probably never get the money anyway. Probably Hank Paulson will get a lot of it, and then Bernanke will get the other half. $12.5 billion apiece. Sounds like a good parting gift. Even the Hollywood Squares, they never gave parting gifts that good. Come see George this Saturday, November 22, from 3 to 5 at Metro PCS, 282 Northeast 8th Street in Homestead for your chance to see the Ultimate College Football Championship game experience. The Ultimate Experience includes 4 tickets to the game on January 8th at Dolphin Stadium, 4 pregame field passes, and 4 Fan Fest and tailgate party tickets. Tickets. Stick it to the ticket. So this Saturday, 3 to 5 at Homestead. Go see George. Pat him on the head. Say, oh, hi, George. What?
That's exactly what you do.
You like the crowd out there. You like to mingle and bingle.
That's right.
And jingle. So Lee, who yesterday couldn't be bothered to give us the correct information on that McDonald's promotion when we were desperately trying to find out for the audience who wanted to, go and partake, and we're begging and pleading with him, give us the information. Is it in Palm Beach? Is it just in Dayton Broward? Is it in Monroe? What's the story? Couldn't be bothered. Sends you some stupid text message. Oh, does Neil want me to call in? Ha, ha, ha. That's what you get. I think basically he had the potential for being a pretty good guy, except then hanging around for 10 years with Jolly Joe. Look what that did to him. Turned him into a walking turd. Oh, you can smell him coming, so to speak. A walking turd. Oh, it must be Flea coming on. Oh, smells like crap. Here's one that says, Neil, are you kidding? I'd rather do you than George any day. Laugh my ass off. Laugh my effing ass off, it says. LMFAO, not just LMAO. When did that start? All these shorthand...
Texting.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Texting?
Especially in the very early days. I mean, they would charge you by the letter.
And by the way, Norma, don't be a schmuck, okay? Don't be returning fake phone calls. There's nobody wants me on Sirius or XM or BM. Maybe BM, which I just took a really good one. I had a successful movement there, man. Even the sink and float lady would have... She would have been giving me a sitting ovation. I gave myself a sitting ovation, as a matter of fact. Harold says... Getting some good emails now. I'm telling you, this thing is going over bigger than freaking the $6 Million Man. I still keep thinking of that scene in Network.
Mm-hmm.
Lorraine Hobbs, a badass commie. Well, I can't say the N-word.
No, you can't.
Why not?
Well, maybe if you wrap it.
If I wrap it?
Yeah. In
wrap
cellophane.
This. The Dow's down 116. I just keep giving it that number so that a lot of you people can realize it's a selling opportunity and get out before it's too late, before the number starts with a 0. I don't care what that pasty bitch Maria says, get out. Hi, Neil. I prefer the email format myself, not being a call-in type. I left Florida long ago, a few years before you came on the scene. I ended up touring with a singer-songwriter-actor for 30 years, had a ball living in New York, San Francisco, and Branson, Missouri, before I felt the need to come back here to keep an eye and help out my dear Ma, who lives in Cemetery Village. I'm living in Hollywood. Never loved Miami much, was happy to see it in my rearview mirror, but felt it was the right thing to do to return. Anyhow, I discovered your show around the Elian Gonzalez time, and it's helped tremendously with my attitude about being back here. I'm so grateful for you. Me too. Me too, Harold. Thanks God for old Neil. Your work is world-class, and it's incredible. There seem to be some out there who don't realize how lucky they are to have your show to listen to. It's as good as it gets. It's as good. It used to be as good as it gets. Now it's as good as they let it get. Now that we do the watered-down Joe Bell version of the Neil Rogers Show, that miserable fat-ass turd. I've wanted to communicate that to you for years now, and since you're reading emails, I thought I'd write in. Thanks, Harold. It's great having you and George to hang out with for a couple hours a day. The best radio I've ever heard, and I've lived in some hip markets. Thanks, Harold. Thank you, Harold, for caring enough to send your very best. How do you like that? Somebody likes us. Somebody likes us. I got all kinds of really great stuff. Some of it came in yesterday. Another one, a follow-up from a fan, his response. I'm telling you, it's got to be Dan from Maryland. There is nobody else that dysfunctional on the face of the globe. A fan, with another phony email address. How about a name? Just make up a name would be good. I got another ass-licking one here. Oh, and we got Gary Goldbard is bad. I was asking about him.
Yeah.
Wasn't I?
Yes, you were.
About G. Goldbard in New Orleans. Wah, where's the streaming? Where's the archives? Blah, blah. Thank you, Eric, he finally gets around to saying. Boy, you really must hate me. Yes, we do. What? I hate people like this. They're always whining, complaining, then they pretend they're not whining and complaining.
Oh,
it's almost a form of psychosis for you after being a rabid fan for over 25 years and almost never calling until you went to email a few months ago. To have me categorized as some type of chronic in a class with Jamba and I'm your friend is outrageous. I sent you only about 4 or 5 emails. Oh, my God. 400 or 500 emails, all relating to just wanting to hear the show. Is that really so bad? He doesn't mention that they were caustic, psychotic, hysterical, like somehow, we were doing it to spite him or something. Anyway, after hearing myself being berated multiple times on Monday's show for not writing, thank you, Eric, immediately. I didn't know the archive was fixed until today. This was sent yesterday at 9:43 p.m. last night. Thank you, Eric. P.S. Please don't block my future emails. Believe me, my crime of just wanting to hear the show shouldn't rise to that level of punishment. You never know. I might have something interesting and informative feedback for listeners in the future. Thanks again, Eric. Still alive here in New Orleans. GG. Oh, God. As if we care, you know what I mean? Do we care he's still alive in New Orleans?
Doesn't that warm your heart?
No.
The cockles of your heart.
It would have been better if he would have said, I'm dying over here. See, people think that because they've been listening a long time, and I'm not ingrate. I appreciate people like when we did the appearance at Gulfstream, there were some people going back to the KAT days who've listened for like 30 years and then some. And then this. 283 votes on that ice cream poll. Well, that's shocking. What's our goal in the bowl?
Say,
I just met my goal in the bowl. Oh, yeah. And I had a heavy-duty goal. What is it?
I say 450.
450. Okay, that's what Fat Chris says. And by the way, quit giving me lectures about how I treat Fat Chris and George and this and that. I treat everybody just fine. This is a radio show. They like the abuse. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on here. Think with the kind of money these guys are getting paid, if they didn't like abuse, they would be doing these jobs. My God. They could go out and pick grapes and make more than they're making in this. Go out and work in the fields, man, with all those illegal aliens.
I could pick my nose and make more money.
That's right. He could be digging for gold right now instead of sitting there listening to all this chazarai. Let me just take a quick peek. Oh, good, there's no calls. I mean, there isn't any reason why there should be, but I'm just saying. Because you know me, and that is one of my worst. Oh, here's the fake Barry jackass. Bubba Love Sponge leaving Sirius at the end of the year. He has syndication deal with Cox Broadcasting. Well, that's great. Woo-hoo! Oh, I hope he has a real good time with those people. Just wait till the first complaint comes in. Oh, geez, we don't want that again. Oh, no. Here's somebody sends me an article about some homeless person. I don't even know what it is. Should I print it out?
If it's good.
Well, I don't know if it's good. I don't have. See, you don't understand how I do this.
I do, but
I see the new email on there. I click it open and I try to get the drift of it. You know,
the gist
of it. Yeah, I heard what you said.
Mm-hmm.
The Dow's down 99, by the way. It's under 100. It's under 100 on the Dow on the ass side. And now it's down 103. Like I said, it's over 100. Sorry, Maria. It looks like a selling opportunity to me. Get rid of that schlock stock. There's the president of the UAW. He's pissed off.
In 25 years.
He says, we want big money. We want billions and billions and billions and billions. Otherwise, we're going to fire all those people. They're all going to lose their jobs. And then everybody's going to have to buy, those good. And what's going to happen to my Corvettes if they close down GM? Which isn't going to happen. But what would happen?
Nothing?
No more vets. I can't afford to be buying any more vets anyway. You kidding me? They got a new one that's like $110 grand or something, it's just unbelievable. I haven't seen it yet, but people have been describing it to me.
Yeah.
Maybe for Christmas, Fat Chris will buy me a new vet.
Say what?
You heard what I said.
Matchbox?
That's what the least you can do. The way I've gone to bat for you against all odds, the way you treat Clarence, the way you deny him every time he wants you on the weekend. I bet you Jolly Joe wants you on the weekend, too. And the weekdays. These numbers weren't god-awful. You know what I mean? We were dropping off a pretty weak month, but we must have done okay. We must have done, especially men 25-54 in October. And that's because I got the emails now. That's because I bailed myself out. The one thing, and this is the truth, the one thing I've done over the years is reinvented the show from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I used to have those boring guests on. Oh, my God. I want to apologize for those shows again. Sorry.
Biggest names.
The best.
God-awful radio. Although Tony Cigaretto told me something interesting about Jimmy Syphilis.
Sports lead.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
It's the DA Show.
Weeknights from 8 to 11.
Here on
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The Sports Leader.
Oh, I hate to do this, but I got to. Momo, are you there?
Momo says, oh, it's you again. Now, what do you want?
I need more direction.
Okay, spill it, numbnuts.
I'm looking for Dr. Schloingborg's Voice Therapy Center.
No problem. Momo says, what you do here is you pull into a gas station, see? And ask the dothead for directions.
That's what I bought you for.
All right, then skip it, spongehead.
I'm returning you to Circuit City.
Yeah, good luck to you.
But I'm lost.
What else is new?
Hey, are you going to help me or keep cracking wise?
All right, make a left.
Right.
No, I said left.
Right.
What a maroon. I said left. Left. All right, then go straight, if you can. You know your door is ajar?
It's not a jar. It's a door.
Now, see here, sport old friend. Momo says, I don't care if you smear the road with brain salad.
Hey, that guy here, he's in the wrong lane.
Yeah, Momo says he's playing chicken. Now don't back down, see? Show him you ain't yellow.
Who is that guy?
Coming at you. Looks like Jackson. Coming at you.
Yeah, he's coming right at it.
Yeah, you're right. But never mind that. You keep going and drive like a man. Coming at you.
Damn it.
Or, yeah, he could have been more succinct. 11:19 at 560 WQAM. Happy Wednesday to you. But I'll tell you, I am really ready to go. It's nasty looking. It's murky and gray, and it looks like wintertime. You want to know why? It's going to snow later on today, too. Oh, don't tell me it's snowing already. I'm looking on top of the bus, and it looks like snow.
Yeah.
That must not be from here. It must have come in from like Aurelia or somewhere like that.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Well, let me take a peek and see what the temperature is, because I'm sure the Castronova is taking notes, especially now that they had that awful trend. Oh, my God. -4. What the hell is that, like 26? And it's going to snow starting tonight, and then overnight we're going to have like 5 to 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters is like a couple of inches. Oh, no. I sure wish I had a couple of... Well, anyway, Thursday, +1, sunny with a little more snow. And then Saturday, -2 for a high. 28 degrees for high, but sunny. All right. If it's not windy, it's not so bad. That's called rationalizing. Now, Lex says, I listen to sports radio religiously on 790, but as soon as 10 o'clock rolls around, I switch to you guys. I would rather listen to my own screams of agony while having my fingernails pulled out than listen to those D-bags on the other station during the 10 to 2 hour. Long live and prosper, says Lex. Thanks, Lex. He says, wow. That's what they're probably saying when they look at those numbers, too. Wow, they really, they went down. Down, down, down. Gotta go down and not up. And, of course, that was just the very beginning of the Dolphin. And, of course, the Dolphin success story didn't start till November, pretty much, right? End of October and then November?
Yeah.
So now that everybody's jumping on the bandwagon, that should help push us through the roof in the fall book. Oh, I'm smelling big bonus money, baby. I bet you Paco's got plans for it already. I mean, I got plans for it already. What are you laughing about?
Oh,
see, one thing about me, I can't make any plans for my money because everybody else I know has already got plans for it.
Oh, I know what that's all about.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Look, just in case, Charlie Beale's still got those 4 polls listed up there and waiting. 306 votes on the poll. What do we say our goal was? 310 and then we go home?
Yes.
How do you most often eat ice cream? This is a horrible poll. How do you most often eat it? With my mouth. God. Yeah. Oh, there's that fruitcake. There's that Ali Felcher on CNN. He's getting ready to articulate. In a bowl, 142. That's where I do it, in a bowl. Right out of the carton, 70. That's me. I nuke it and I eat it right out of the carton. I can't even remember the last time I put ice cream in a bowl. What would be the point?
Well, to eat it.
Huh?
To eat it.
No, but I'm saying, what would be the point when I know I'm going to finish whatever's in the carton anyway?
Well, some of us don't do it that way.
Well, I know people who like eat a scoop or two and they put it in the bowl and they put the rest in the freezer.
That's right.
I don't put the rest in the freezer.
You put it in your lap.
I put it in my mouth. Right out of the carton, 70. Nuke it and eat it. In a cone, 30. How about a waffle cone?
Ooh, those are good.
They are good. Extra sugar, man. Get you really, talk about a buzz. Look around, everything will be in a fuzz because you got such a buzz when you're eating that waffle cone. What about those little sugar cones?
What about them?
Those are good.
They're good, but the waffle cones are the cat's pajamas.
Yeah, that's right, because the waffle cone's got like about 80,000 calories. Licking it off somebody's body, 13. Boy, I wonder if Brady Quinn's going to be in town this weekend. Fish food off of Brady Quinn's chest. In a Sunday, 12. I don't like ice cream, 11. Now, I don't believe that. Wasn't it Cordes that said he wasn't an ice cream guy? Or is it Fat Chris?
I said I don't crave it like you do.
Everything has got to be just like the Stern thing. I wasn't comparing myself to Stern or to anybody else. I
like ice cream. I don't have it very often.
Okay, there you go. And a guy like you can't afford to have it very often. Me either, except every day. I think I had some yesterday. I can't even remember.
Oh, it'll be the devil.
My life is like a blur of sugar. I'm addicted to azucar, baby. And, of course, if Celia Cruz would come back and sing those sweet songs in my ear, I could probably croak faster. Boy, was she a nasty bitch. A nuke at first 8. See, I taught the audience that. You got to nuke it first. Especially when you buy your ice cream like in a little convenience store and it's been and the pint has been sitting in there for like 7 months, and it's just frozen like a block.
The Ben & Jerry's is so dense, it's not whipped.
Like our management. Dense?
Not whipped.
And not whipped.
So you
nuke it first 8.
Nuke it,
I like it, but I can't eat it 8. On a stick, 8. On a pie or in a cake, 5. In a sandwich, ice cream sandwich, only 1. Solamente uno in an ice cream sandwich. Carvel used to have those flying saucers. Oh, there's Ali Felching.
He is taking your calls and listening to your concerns on his radio show. Let's listen to a
bit of let's listen into Ali Felching's radio show.
We'll get an opportunity to ask a question or two.
On the phone. Hi, Sebastian. Hey, listen, Sebastian, hold on a second. I just want to give you all the phone number. It's 877-26...
this is a guy who's on CNN radio, probably 6,000 radio stations, and he's pumping the phone number. My God, he's probably got as many calls as we got. None.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's this story. Not that I want any calls. I got a whole pile of stuff here, and the emails are just pouring in. I can't wait to hear more from the fake Greg Budell about how I blew it, and we blew that Sirius deal.
Sirius?
Oh, Sirius wanted Neil, but he's too much of a coward to go branch out. He would have been so great. I'm so sick and tired of those people, man. Oh, and I got to get to my... Oh, here's a good one. See, Rob in Lauderdale, you've sent me so many of your ponderous emails, and it's always DCRFM, and now he thinks because he doesn't put his name on the bottom of this one that I'm not going to know who it is. Because he's got nothing else to say. Why do you cry when people rip you, but you have no trouble ripping Fat Chris, Tick, and everyone else? If you're going to dish it out, then be prepared to take it in. I'm prepared. I enjoy it when I get... First of all, nobody's compelling me to read any of that hostile mail on the air. I love it. That's my favorite. Rob. Get a new deal, Rob, okay? You're not fooling anybody with that phony email address of yours. Jamie says, this is a story. Homeless man has been sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison in order to pay more than $101 million for starting 2 fires, including one that burned more than 163,000 acres in California 2 years ago. He's going to pay he's going to pay the $101 million as soon as OJ pays the Goldmans.
He's got it ready.
He's homeless. 50-year-old Stephen Emery Butcher was convicted in February of starting blazes in the Los Padres National Forest in 2002 and 2006. The 2006 fire raged for more than a month and cost more than $78 million to suppress. It injured 18 people, destroyed 11 structures, was the 5th largest fire in California history. The 2002 blaze burned 70 acres. It says, sincerely one of Georgia's people. Jamie, J-I-I. Now, how do you say that? Jaime? Oh, is he from, Jaime Town? Or
Maybe.
What? One of your people.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
It's the Big L. Orlando Alzagari. Mornings 5 to 7.
Sports Radio 560.
Rock solid. QAM. The sports leader.
Neil God. Good morning, Americans. It's Paul Harvey. Stand by for news. Willie is driving through Texas with his friend Scott. I'll say it again. Willie and Scott driving through Texas. Willie gets pulled over by a state trooper for speeding. The trooper walks up to the driver's side of the car, gets out his billy club, and smacks Willie across the face. Stunned, Willie asks, "Why did you do that?" The trooper responds, "Well, you're in Texas now, son, and you have that license out and ready when I arrive." "I apologize, sir. I'm not from around here." The trooper then walks to the passenger side of the car and taps on the window. Scott rolls down his window, and the trooper takes out his billy club and smacks him across the face. "What was that for?" asks Scott. "I know your kind," says the trooper. "About 2 miles down the road, you would have looked at your buddy and said, 'I wish that son of a bitch would have tried that with me.' Paul Harvey."
Good day.
Good day.
And did Paul Harvey say son of a bitch? Oh, my God. You can't say that on the radio.
No.
Maybe of a bitch, but not son of a bitch. 11:32 at 560 WQAM. We are having a party in our pants today because the ratings came out and we're still on the air.
Woot.
Oh, and I never did mention the number across the street in midday. Let's get that back on there, because Jorge Sedano, he's a rising star of the future in the Neil wannabe, a groupie. He's a groupie of mine. Let's see, men 18 plus, we had a 3.4, 10 to 3, so we had whatever we had. And where's Waxy? Are they on the first page? No. Are they on the second page? No. They're on the top of the third page, though. They went from a 2-2 to a 2-3. Well, nobody wants to be running around with a 2-2. So they went from 18th to a tie for 17th, tied with Y100, and Scare America had a 2-2. Boy, they sure took a dive. Now, this would indicate to me that not too many progressive, liberal Obama people got the diaries again.
Right.
Because when Scare America goes down, how did they do in the morning, Scare America? I have no idea what they've got on or who or... What a shame. What a waste of that 50,000-watt signal. 1-7 down to a 1-2. See what I mean? Now, if the Obama people, if the living and breathing people would have gotten the diaries, they would have gone zooming on up there with their progressive Scare America shwill. Marpart says, this is another Chronic emailer, but hey, listen, if I call you Chronic, that doesn't mean we don't want your emails, okay? Don't stop with emails, because the emails are sure better than, I'm your friend, I'm your friend. See, September was, I'm your friend all month, and Chamba, and October was emails.
I see.
That's correct. Nobody in their right mind wants to hear, I'm your friend. Wonderful program, Neil. Nobody wants to hear that swill for 4 hours, much less 4 minutes. Jolly Joe, though, is too stupid to understand that. Oh, well, if Neil would just screen the calls, Joyce talked to all these other talk radio stations. Well, guess what? The other talk radio shows don't do what Neil Rogers did. Okay? I'm not interested in what other people do. And I get that. That's what really cracks me up about these people. Oh, well, you know, he ripped off Howard. He wanted to. I never even heard Howard when I changed my show at INZ. Never even had heard him. But I was doing a Howard show. What is it that I do that's got anything to do with Howard talking about boobs and broads?
I have never heard the similarity.
None.
Not one element.
Absolutely none. Anything else, George? Anything else? Yeah, I'm going to start doing that at the end of the show.
You'll kill me. I'll fall right over.
Marpart says, I usually eat ice cream blended in a milkshake. Can you add that to the poll? You want to put milkshake? That's not ice cream. I mean, it's in it, but...
If you want to get technical about it.
No. Although we put ice cream sandwich on there.
That's ice cream.
What?
That is ice cream.
And what about a milkshake? Ice cream, a milkshake is more than just ice cream. It's milk and like a malted's got like malted in it.
It floats.
I don't care. Put it in a shake.
It floats? You want to put milkshake on there? Go ahead, put it on there. It'll get more votes for Fat Chris. Chris gets paid by the vote, by the way. They like you. I don't know what it is with the audience. Remember we took that poll a couple of days ago and you came out last, which was really first? Of all the people that they wanted to vote off the show?
I was very proud.
You should. Say it loud and say it proud. In fact, I bet you Jolly Joe gives you double the goods this weekend. Double the attack. The Dow is down $195.30. Wow. 197.05 cents. Let's just sit here and I'm going to keep look at how it worked for Rick Riley. Oh, I have an email from the fake Rick Riley. Where is it? I got to get to all these good ones, including the one from the fan. I'm saving that though. Here it is. Down 194. What did I just say a minute ago?
I don't know.
Down 188. It's making a comeback. Maria's got her foot on the brake. Give us a break, Neil. Give us a break, okay? We want to sell this crap. Put some lipstick on that pig. Best regards, the fake Rick Riley. Now, for all I know, it might be the real one. I don't know. Like you said yesterday, who the hell knows if any of these people are real? Right? Other than Johnny Dork.
I don't believe that any of them are real.
Johnny Dork. Any of them?
None.
Even the ones who are like...
If they have a name, if it's A.B. Ishkabibble, I don't believe that it's... No.
That's funny you said that, because I was just on the verge of saying Ishkabibble.
Yeah. I always say Ishkabibble.
Do you? How about Mishi Pipik? I like Mishi Pipik better. The Dow's down 203.82 cents. I wonder if that Sirius is down to like 5 cents yet. Don't make any deals, Norm, okay? They can't afford... First of all, what the hell would they pay me anyway? Even with my grotesque pay reduction starting in January, they're never going to pay me that kind of money in a million years. They aren't going to do it. Because I'm not from New York and I'm not one of Howard's ass-kissers. So Bubba Love Sponge, according to Flea, is starting on... what is that station? 93 FM. Is that what used to be Zeta? Is that what they butchered up and turned into a piece of turd?
93? Isn't that the rock?
No,
the rock station
is our quote-unquote rock
so-called rock station?
Yes.
What?
Croc station?
That's Cox? A hoist?
No, it's Clear Channel.
No, but the one he's going to is, it says he signed a deal with Cox according to a Flea. Flea will tell you all about it. He's the radio yenta.
All right.
Bop, 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 bop. In fact, Flea can probably tell you the date that the Beast is going to take over middays here on QAM.
I bet you can.
Hey, if they want to keep paying us, more power to you, Beast. Let's get Canes Intensive, you and Don Bailey Jr. And maybe like 2-3 times a week they can have Joe Zagacki on the days that they don't have Drew Rosenstein and the days they don't have Jerk Street. Boy, I'm telling you, when is this company ever going to learn? When is Clarence ever going to learn? They just sit back and let him keep making the same mistakes over and over. Now, let me ask you, Fat Chris, is Mandich doing guests now or what? Because I know he used to hate guests.
I know he would, before the football season started, he would have, like, the play-by-play guys come on for each team.
Oh!
But I'm not sure if he's doing, like, regular... well, he has Warren Sapp on, actually.
Oh!
Once a week.
That's Sapp?
Mm-hmm.
And let me ask you, how can Shannon Sharp still be on my TV on the weekend? How can he be on there?
I think...
Isn't there some kind of computer chip that they can run to keep him off my set?
An S chip?
Yeah. Stands for Shannon Not So Sharp?
Yeah. I think they do it just to make you mad.
Well, I flip it real fast. I don't watch that pregame and postgame, all those, and even Danny Boy. Although, and Jimmy Johnson, when I see him on here, I want to get a shotgun when I see his ass on my TV. The fake Rick Riley says, well, I must admit I was a bit skeptical when I heard about your newfound obsession reading emails on the air. I thought it would be ponderous at best. How wrong was I? This past week has been quite entertaining. How often does one get to witness greatness descend into madness? That's right. As a listener, I find myself wondering if you are conversing with real emailers, cranks, or just babbling to yourself. Either way, it's great radio. Yeah, you know something? I could make them up. I never really thought about that. We could have the people around the building do it, but I could do it myself. All right,
I confess, I'm the one sending all the fake emails.
Who else could pull off such a scam so masterfully? Yes, it keeps us on our toes, wondering if you finally lost your marbles or not. Keep it up. Best regards, R.R. How do you like that? R.R. RDRR. Remember when they went to INZ in the morning?
Yeah.
Rick and Scud?
Mm-hmm.
After IOD blew everybody out?
Mm-hmm.
And then Rick decided he was a stock market maven. And that was the end of Rick and Scud. Emails would have been better, Rick. Emails. I even get it from Maria Bartiromo.
Biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Howard David's a bitch.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Are you growing tired of Sport Hole Radio? Blah, blah, blah. Well, we are too. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, that makes us feel like
blah, 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 blah.
What the hell was that?
The management at 560 WQAM finally grew a pair, and we call them Suds and Rick.
Pulled out my floppy last night.
Uh-oh, Kleenex.
Starting this Monday, 6 to 10 a.m., it's the Suds and Rick Show.
Damn it.
Only on 560 WQAM.
11:45 at 560 WQAM. Go to hell is right. What's all that noise? Oh, they're drilling again next door. When the hell are they going to finish with that erection?
Don't know.
The real Barry McCockner.
You're what now?
Why do you keep making me repeat that name?
Because it's funny.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. It's obviously
Say it again. Barry
fake.
what?
No, Barry Mac. Why in the hell does George think us emailers aren't real? By the way, you're going to be very disturbed when I tell you that I'm starting to get a scratchy throat and I'm
I am
sick
getting
the
very
next couple of days.
It's a good
Too
thing
bad.
it's Friday. Oh, geez. It's not?
I'm very upset. What? Well, Friday we got a short show anyway.
That's right.
12:45 we get out? Let me look at that again.
45 or 35?
35? I'm thinking like 12:05 sounds good to me. Let me take a puke at it, okay, because I've got the schedule. I've got your promo stapled to the schedule. So I can't see Friday. 12:45.
Oh, 45. Shucks.
See, there's Fat Chris again, trying to shun work. He's just always trying to shy away.
Yeah, because I'm only going to be here for 16 hours a day before, so.
Well, you know what? Quit your bellyache and you get paid by the hour. What else are you going to be doing? Shoving ice cream down your tub?
Yeah, exactly, in the sandwich.
Anyway, Barry says, I'm very upset over the revelation I may not exist. Anyway, I love the show, especially Fat Chris and Flea.
That's got to be fake.
That's fake, all right. Walt says about it, and then I'm going to get to, jeez. Here we go, a fan's response. A fan. Remember A fan I read the beginning of the show yesterday?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Walt says, like ice cream way too much, can't eat it, but won't. That Schmidt will kill you, but damn it, it tastes effing delicious. Don't think there's a bad flavor. Wrong about that. Ben & Jerry's makes lots of bad flavor since they sold out. Oh, God, they make the worst. And then cookie dough. Remember Rick Riley used to be obsessed with cookie dough? I hate cookie dough. I hate it. Well, what was that song he used to play all the time? All day. What is that thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Keep singing it.
No. Butter pecan or strawberry or peach makes me have a party in my pants as well. Well, good. Mix them all together. Have some Neapolitan in your pants. You ever have a Neapolitan in your pants?
Just this morning.
In Napoli. Oh, I sure don't want to go to Naples, man. All the schleppers are there. Okay, here's a fan's response. Jay Font. who I'm positive, I'd say 95% chance is still Dan from Maryland. Hey, Neil, I heard you read my email this morning. Sorry I couldn't respond during your show hours, as I do have a job in life, unlike a lot of your crank-calling, butt-sucking listeners. Sorry that I ruffled your feathers with my email. You didn't ruffle my feathers at all. Your response shows that I hit a nerve and that there was a lot of truth in my statements. See, they always say the same thing. Because I responded and I lashed out and ripped it to pieces, therefore it shows he hit a nerve. He didn't hit any nerve, not even the funny bone. Before I go on, I want you to know I've listened to your show for more than 20 years. I think you have a great deal of talent. Enjoy listening to the show. I also admire the fact that with all the roadblocks, you continue to deliver an entertaining show 4 hours a day. I'm sure it's a tough task to do. Now my response. Yes, it is a tough task to do. It's a tough task just to motivate myself to get out of the sack and waddle in here in the morning and do all the accoutrements that go along with the getting ready to do the show beforehand, like shave and shower. And I never said you were not entitled to an opinion on Howard Stern. You have every right to express an opinion, as do I or anyone else. However, an opinion can still make you look foolish. If I was to say I think a Whopper is better tasting than a Ruth Chris ribeye steak, it would be my opinion, but people would know I was full of crap. See, I didn't say anybody was better than Howard or worse than Howard. I wasn't comparing him to anywhere. I was just expressing my opinion about his show and what he delivers there on Sirius, as opposed to what he used to deliver years ago. I wasn't comparing him to anything now. So where did that Whopper come from? And I don't want it. Listen, I'm on your side. I listen to you every day. I think your show is running at 30% capacity. It's still better than anything else on at this time. My only wish, now wait till you hear this.
All right.
My only wish is that one day Howard will have you as a guest on his show, announcing your new show where America can see your talents with no restrictions. It would be dynamite. Howard isn't going to have me as a guest on his show. I don't want to be a guest on his show, and I don't have an ego, okay? And here comes one of the great lines of all time. Maybe Baba Booey can take George out for lunch and teach him how to be a top-notch producer. I only wish you the best, my friend. Hope that you have a great show today. I'm having a great show today. P.S. Thank you so much for educating me on the difference between a jockey and a driver. I'm sure that that bit of wisdom will enhance my life somehow. Once again, take care. Wish you the best. A fan. Well, at least he had the decency to respond, to follow up, like I requested. But I'm sure it's Dan from Maryland. Because it was the same thing the first time. The first one ripping and tearing and shredding and then sucking up and licking and licking. The show is free. The price is right. You like it? Great. You don't like it? That's great, too. We have a lot of people listening who don't like it because they're masochists, because they want to say, meh. They want to bitch about how bad they think it is. The Dow's down 182. Or bitch about the things I say on the air, like about religion's a pile of crap, which anybody with a brain knows is true. Sure was funny yesterday, Neil, when you played Fat Rosie, and it had the GD word in it. I immediately said, uh-oh, and a second later you said, oh, no. And I fell on the floor laughing. That's a great sounding bit. I pasted this AP news story about the supposed new Buddha. They say this guy has not drank or eaten anything in months. Mm-hmm. Well, that's great. Okay, delete. I don't read news stories. Sorry. I mean, unless it's like, real quick and to the point. Johnny Rotten in Orlando says, left Orlando Monday morning, and when we hit the turnpike, I hit the radio to AM. The signal was crystal clear. Unbelievable. We reached our home in West Palm Beach. The signal was scratchy and heavy with Cubans in the background. Why is it so clear 250 miles away? Ice cream in the bowl, damn it, says Johnny Rotten. And also says, love you lots. That's for you, Johnny. Depp. I don't want to, let's see. I don't want to work is the song they used to play. Oh, yeah, I don't want to work. I just want to sit on my ass all day. Isn't that, the one?
That's right.
Isn't that what it's called? I don't want to work. I just want to. Yeah. The Mole says, death to Flea. I hate Flea like poison. Please have somebody break his knees. Also, I was at the Coliseum last night. I saw Joe Bell and Fat Chris sipping down some apple teenies. Then when the song It's Raining Men came on, they removed their shirts and started dirty dancing. I noticed they had each other's name tattooed on their chest. Then out of nowhere, they took their pants off and started doing the electric slide, wearing nothing but Speedos to a Wham song. It was very disturbing. And I noticed that Rob from Lauderdale never fessed up to that caustic email from before. I'm on to your ass, Rob, and you're enjoying it. Just when I thought they couldn't get any worse, they embraced in a long, passionate kiss, and Fat Chris's Speedo started to pitch a tent, and Joe Bell... Oh, no, I'm not going to read that. He led Chris off the dance floor into the dark. I immediately started to dry heave. Death to Flea, says the mole. So Flea never came in and gave you the lowdown on McDonald's and that whole deal?
No, of course I didn't ask.
Well, why not? You don't care?
Because I don't care.
You just don't care about too many things. No wonder your wife wishes you would just die in a fiery crash.
She does.
In a blazing inferno. I know that. I don't make things like that up. That's too serial. Oh, Neil's going to Sirius XM. Start the rumor. He's going to Sirius. The great Greg Budell is getting him on there, and Sonny Fox, and all the other fakers. The fake Adam Kirshner. The fake Andy, what was his name?
Kalb.
I had a mental block. I had a brain fart on Andy Kalb. Just like Tiny had a brain fart, a real fart. Dropped a little number on the floor, and Andy stepped right into it. Oh, yeah. That was great. That was one of my favorite. That was one of Tiny's greatest moments. I'm back listening again now that the elections are over and you don't talk about President Bush anymore. I've been listening since the WIOD days, says Ricardo. By the way, Stern is a copycat. Keep up the good work. See, now just gratuitous shots at my good friend Howard. Copycat. Who's he copying?
Don't ask me.
Everybody in this business gets accused of copying somebody else. Now, Joey Reynolds, of course, he stole everybody's material just like Castronova does. But as far as being a copycat, I don't really know any. I mean, do you know anybody who's like a Phil Henry copycat who does voices? I don't.
No.
Although Stan Major was kind of like a copycat. How'd that work out for you, Stan? I think that show on the Milky Way Dark, on the candy bars and the watches, I think those shows on IOD kind of put Stan over the edge. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of content? Well, I guess anything beside you, Stan. Last time he was on somebody's show, whoever the host was, I don't remember they asked him about me, and he referred to me as an overpaid talent.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Remember that?
Yep.
Overpaid talent.
Good for him. Lucky for him.
Yeah, thank God for him and that $2,000.
Stan Major, now on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD. If you missed the last show, you missed this.
Well, then what the hell is your problem? Kane is in New York, fella.
When he would do a show, I don't want Kane back. I just told you that. But
well, then who do you want? Who do you want? You want Alan Burke?
No, of course not.
You want Joey Reynolds?
No, of course not.
Then what the hell do you want on the air? Silence?
I mean, is that all we have to choose from?
Give me a name.
But is that all we
Who do you want?
Is that all we have
What
to choose
kind of content do you want during 2 to 6?
Hear the next Stan Major show this afternoon at 2 on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent.
Are you sure?
You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
Governor Sarah Palin unleashed. You may be seeing more interviews with her than you ever did during the election. In fact, a lot more.
Oprah.
As a transgender, you never wanted to be with other men.
Thanks, but no thanks.
And then you're having sex 3 times a day with different girls or same girl?
You know, Jane the engineer and Molly the dental hygienist and hockey moms across the nation.
Wow. Why do you have sex with hermaphrodites?
I don't know why you wouldn't.
So do you or do you not have a vajayjay?
Ready to be tapped.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. She's the Alaska Pipeline, make no mistake about it. She's the Bonsai Pipeline. 12 noon at 560 WQAM. I'm starting to get a scratchy throat. I'll be sick for a couple months. Then I'm going to come back on Sirius.
Are you?
No. Fred Souder, who's just obsessed with this show, says the song Rick and Suds used to always play in the mornings was a cover version of Todd Rundgren's Land of a Thousand Dances. I forget what the hell the title of the song was in the DCS back in the day. The lyrics included, I got to work, I want to bang on the drum all day. Has different drops played over it. Thanks, Fred.
It is a Todd Rundgren song. I'm downloading it right now. And it's
was
called...
the song you were singing go like this, I don't want to work, I just want to play on the drums all day, something like that? Yes, Greg.
The
Real
song
Greg, somebody.
is called, I don't want to work, I just want to bang on the drum all day.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
We got it?
I'm getting it as we speak.
Oh. George is getting it.
Give me a minute. Time me.
Now, I want to congratulate somebody out there in Radio Land. It takes a pair of big, gigantic, heavyweight balls to come out of the closet. Rob in Lauderdale. Remember I told you I caught him red-handed with that little shot he took at me?
Mm-hmm.
I'll fess up. I love your show, and you can rip me as much as you want. I laugh my rear off every day. Thanks for the good times, and George still sucks, says Rob in Lauderdale.
Uh-huh.
You still suck, George.
Uh-huh.
Now, Rob is one of those names that's pretty, that's like an erotic name, you know. I mean, Rob may be ugly as sin, but Rob is like Rob Lowe, you know.
Yeah.
And I once upon a time.
Yeah.
I did a Rob.
Okay.
Not a bang. Yeah, I did a Rob.
Did you do a Rob Lowe?
Yeah, and high. And in between. The Dow's down 194 points. Are we going to hear that song or not? I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all day. And oompa, oompa, oompa. See, my idea of Rick Riley's, my impression of his interpretation of what his show was oompa, oompa, like that, you know?
No.
I know that doesn't make any sense to a lot of people, but I think you relate. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
No? Like kind of a circus thing, you know? I don't know.
See.
There it is. Oh, my God. Damn it.
Go to hell. Well, I can't help it if you don't like it. I got into squatting.
Oompa, 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 oompa. See what I mean? Oompa, oompa, oompa. Okay, that's enough. I like Todd Rundgren.
I like him just fine.
Remember Naz?
Mm-hmm.
Now, was he with the Naz, the song I Saw the Light? Was that Todd Rundgren and Naz? That was just by himself. I Saw the Light. That was a good song. You got it? Probably not. Piece of crap like that you got, but I Saw the Light, which is a great song by Todd Rundgren. And Naz? Is it with Naz or without Naz?
Without.
Without Naz? Yeah, those who know him say he's without Naz. Hey, Todd.
By the way, this was a big hit.
I know.
That means I have it. If it was a big hit, I have it. It didn't even have to be a big hit for me to have it. But it had to be something. Want to guess the year?
68.
Oh, no, way off. 72.
Wow. Randy plays that song all the time on our show. Love the show, says the Mike. How do you like that Randy is playing that song?
Which one? This one here or the banging on the drum one?
Bang on the drum. Anything that I ever did, dropped in, played, anything they ever did, she's ripping off on her show. How do you like that? Oh, my God. Like I said, there's a lot of imitators in this business. What just printed out? Oh, I did.
Not me.
Well, I got these two machines, man. And Lauren says, after hearing the email from the guy from Maryland or whatever, regarding you and Stern, after due consideration and deep reflecting, and after quite a bit of wasted time to boot, whatever boot means, I reached the following conclusion. Howard Stern and his minions suck, okay? Considering he can do and say just about anything on his show compared to the FCC-imposed and Joycean-imposed restrictions on your show, his show is akin to a rectal itch you can't reach. More of an annoyance than anything. He couldn't do the show that you have to do with all the ridiculous parameters placed on you, and this includes Baba Booey's producing skills versus George. How do you like that? Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
Larry, who's just got his tongue so far up our collective ass that it's going to come out of our ear one day.
You know, I feel horrible for all the lousy guests that I booked for your show, you know?
Yeah. And where the hell are all those celebrities with those great celebrity interviews? Where's John Stamos?
Yeah.
He's old and ugly
Sorry,
now.
I'm sorely inadequate.
John Stamos was really something when he was on
TV?
General Hospital. What was the character he played on General Hospital?
You're asking me? I watch some gay-ass American soap operas.
Gay-ass soap operas? I don't know.
I'm watching a Spick soap opera right now with lots of boobs.
Blackie, it just came to me. And the name, too. Fake Clarence says, after one of my 1,000 meetings with Jolly Joe yesterday, we decided to put some limits on QAM. One, I hear you're a thing there.
Yeah.
Is that Norma?
No. I told you what his response was.
Yeah, he's getting sucked into all that phony. It's all a big scam, Norma. Okay, go to court and save some degenerate. And quit worrying about all this serious crap. 1, limiting Big O to only 20 times on air each week, down from 50. 2, the amount of spots Joe Rose can do each hour from 200 to 199. We love money. 3, the amount of times Mad Dog can take vacations per week from 3 to 1. 4, the amount of times Fat Ass Chris can lock lips with Jolly Joe each day. Jolly Joe can't get any work done because Tubby won't stop kissing ass. With more changes pending, I hope you pass these along. Signed, the Fake Clarence. How do you like that, Fatso? That Clarence has got his eye on you. Believe you me, he's got his eye on you, and that's because you work on his show. See, he was trying to wean you off the show. That's why he kept sticking down there on the weekend with the football games. He's trying to wean you off the show in hopes that maybe someday he can actually like you a little bit. Shocking Stan Major information from Sam. Neil, it seems SM has an internet talk show. This is the lies from his site. Could be ponderous. The lies? Stan Major's been broadcasting late-night radio 5 hours a night, 5 days a week for the last 6 years, it says. Stan has built a strong rapport with the audience as he gives his listeners commentary on the hot topics of the week. For instance, the UPS strike was just settled just before Stan's show, and UPS workers were able to call in all night to talk about it. Stan was also talking about the body found in the houseboat off Miami Beach hours before it was broadcast on network news, possibly ending the Andrew Cunanan search for many. Stan offers the best in late-night talk with issues, comedy, and phone calls. Stan Major has been broadcasting late-night live radio 5 hours a night, 5 days a week for the last 6 years. And then it just repeats the same thing. Stan offers the best in late-night talk with issues, comedy, and phone calls, but he's still not paying enough to pay Neil back the $2,000. Signed, Sam. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Now, you don't think he's ripping off anybody's stuff, do you?
I'm sure you would if you could.
At least you don't have to rip off that laugh. That gut-wrenching laugh with them gut-wrenching big stogies he used to pop in his puss all the time. If you want to see Stan Major, by the way, go to our NeilRogers.com, go to our website, and check out those pictures from that flea market appearance years ago. Do we know what year that was? 1990 on IOD. 1990. How do you know that?
It says on there, he said that when he gave it to me, it's posted on the description above it, below it.
I'll be damned. 1990, 18 friggin' years ago at the flea market. And there was that one. Retardo. And was Ponytail in there, or would I dream that?
You dreamed that. You dreamt that.
I dreamed it?
You dreamed it.
All I have to do is scream with the Everly Brothers. I guarantee I'd scream a lot if we could make them look like they did like 40 years ago. But they don't. 50 years ago. 50 years ago. How old must they be now, the Everly Brothers? Look it up, Don and Phil Everly. Google it. Can you imagine what they look like now? Oh, here's a good one. Speaking of that, Sean from Tampa says, you're old. But today is Sean's birthday, so I'm not going to take that personal because I am old. I'm old and gross, as opposed to young and gross. I used to be young and gross, now I'm old and gross. Today is my birthday, 11/19/63, 45. Who are you kidding, spring chicken, Sean? I've been listening to you since even before you gave it a shot here in Tampa, you and Bob Lassiter. I'm glad he's dead. And what kind of a comment is that, Sean?
Awful.
71 and 69.
What?
Ages.
71 and 69. Don and Phil Everly. Oh, my God, the old Everly Brothers. I was checking out your pics of Gulfstream Park appearance. I can't believe how old you look. Keep up the good work. Says Sean in Tampa. Okay, you keep it up too, Sean. You're 45. It won't be up too long. I got some great free spots from Cialis and Viagra for you. Every one of those spam emails I get, every single one of them. I mean, most of them I just immediately put in the junk file, but if you ever open one up by accident, all it's got is pictures of Viagra and Cialis and all those other peels. It's got a bunch of peels. Well, what is that all about?
What do you mean? What don't you understand?
Why is there such a flood of those damn spams?
They're targeting their audience.
Well, they're targeting the wrong guy. I'll tell you that. Oh, here's one from Zisco who says might be a good guy, but he's a jerk on the air, the Big O. And he's on so much. I think they're going to change the name of the station, 560 Big O, Queer AM. Boy, Zisco's kind of surly today. Now, do you hear from him anymore on, like, MySpace? Dow's down 190, by the way. Obama picks Tom Daschle to be the Secretary of HHS, Health and Human Services. Tom Daschle. Remember Tom?
I do.
Kind of a boring guy, but a good guy. Boring. Kind of like Flea, you know, good guy, but incredibly boring. Now, he's not going to be back on his show again anytime soon, is he, Fatso?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
What do you mean by that? So, in other words, you're going to be here every day for...
Ever.
I believe forever.
Got another month and a half of football.
Yeah, but the Canes are done after...
No, they're done all right. After tomorrow night?
No, that's their next to last game. They have one more game, but it's on a Saturday.
And who are they playing?
They're playing...
Vassar?
No, the last game
Yeshiva?
is NC State. They're playing Georgia Tech tomorrow.
Yeah. I know who they're playing tomorrow. I didn't ask you about tomorrow.
NC State is their last game.
Are they any good?
Not really.
No, they suck. Another little girls team.
Well, you know.
Just like the Dolphins. They play another little girls team Sunday, my Patriots. Wouldn't that be something if the Patriots, with all those injuries, actually came back and turned around that grotesque, that embarrassing, humiliating performance from the first meeting? What was the final score of that game, like 38-3 or something?
No, it wasn't that bad, I don't think.
It wasn't that bad. It was pathetic.
The biggest name.
Tragic.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names. The best talent.
It's the Mad Dog.
Jim Mandich. Afternoons 4 to 7.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Were you fudge packing?
Mickey Mouse's office, Goofy speaking.
Good morning, Goofy. It's Walt Disney President and CEO Robert Iger.
Please hold.
Oh, man, I feel fantastic.
Sir?
$63 million for Madagascar to escape to Africa. I think I'm going to buy me a pimp coat.
A what?
You know, one of those big long jobbies with the Sammy Davis Jr. collar?
Sir, you know Madagascar isn't ours. It's DreamWorks.
Yeah, well, we own that.
No, sir, that's Paramount.
What? I thought we put out the animated movies. You mean to tell me that Spielberg doesn't work for me?
No, sir, but High School Musical did have another big weekend, $9.3 million.
Hey, Eisner.
Iger, sir.
Did you take math in school?
Yes.
Which number's bigger, 9.3 or 63?
That would be 63, sir.
That would be 63, sir. Give the CEO on the short buff a gold star. Hey, by the way, what are we paying those Jonas Brothers?
Well, sir, it depends on how many albums they sell. You know how those movies do. You know, all that sort of stuff.
Shut up.
What?
I see the ugly one none of the girls want to have sex with bought a Lamborghini.
Well, actually, sir, according to the JB website, he borrowed it.
First of all, asshat, what are you doing on a Jonas Brothers website? I better not see you on Datelines to catch a predator walking in some house with a bag of beer and condoms. And second of all, who let someone borrow a Lamborghini?
I believe it was Frankie Muniz's car.
Frankie Muniz.
Munez.
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 Munez. Sir, it's Frankie Muniz. You know, the one from Malcolm in the Middle and Agent Cody Banks.
Oh, you been on his website lately?
Well, not since he got engaged to his tutor/caregiver.
Jesus, are you on some kind of list somewhere? You got to notify the neighbors when you move in?
I don't follow, sir.
No, you don't follow, especially if their parents are with them. You can't even control the cheetah girls!
Well, sir, it's not my fault that Adrienne Bailon showed her derriere and the pictures got out.
Hey, I'm not mad that the pictures got out. I'm mad that I didn't see them first. Do these girls know the chain of filth?
Sir, you lost me.
Oh, my God. A kindergartner on a big wheel could lose you. I'm saying all that porn's got to go through me first. Who do you think Annette Funicello's first was?
Annette Funicello?
It wasn't Frankie Avalon. It was me. I was the first one to play naked beach blanket bingo with that.
Sir, I really don't want to hear about you and Annette Funicello.
I don't give a what you want to hear about. Why you got to go? Are you in the backyard
Oh, they have a chat room?
Ah, you're a sick animal!
What did he say there at the end?
I don't know, I missed it. Should we dump it?
No.
Good.
Well, no, there's not going to be anything on there that we're going to have to dump. Are you kidding me? Now, what was that bit by Pettingill yesterday that was actually good? Oh, he was doing the Chris Matthews one. Chris Matthews.
I was hoping to spill around my food hole.
Is there any new Chris Matthews on there? No, they're just all on that one. Well, that's good. Anyway, here's the poll, 417 votes. What did we say the goal was, 450?
Yeah.
Oh, you can do 500 easy.
Calm down
easy. What?
Calm down there.
Yeah. How often do you, most often eat ice cream? See, one thing about Chris, he don't mind dead air. He's got no concept of dead air. In fact, we got a couple of spots. We got a couple of spots that are just loaded with dead air. There's that one where there's a long pause, and then the guy
from the moment, even like long before you ever walked into this building, that was one of the first things that I noticed. My first day is that dead air meant nothing to these people. And
the Dow's down 215. No, as long as the transmitter, the tubes are glowing, the final tubes. Oh, I got a hostile email from the real Johnny Dark. I worked with Howard. You couldn't hold a candle to his ass. Well, guess what? Somebody hold a candle to your ass, Johnny. Wouldn't be the first time, from what I'm hearing. I Googled Johnny Dark, and, of course, there's been 600 Johnny Darks, but your close personal buddy, Johnny, and my former friend, Johnny Dark. I didn't know he worked at WYND in Sarasota in 66. I worked there in WYND 73 for a month, and Paxton never paid me because I quit and went back to WSPB. How do you like that?
Okay.
WSRF in Fort Lauderdale. There's a good one. 1900 on the dial. She, WMIQ, Wokey in Milwaukee. Now, Milwaukee would be a good place for Johnny Dork, you know? A lot of beer and bratwurst and rednecks, Nazis. WRKO in Boston, WNBC in New York. Oh, that's where he must have rubbed elbows with Howard, or rubbed something. That's where Howard stuck a candle up Johnny's ass. WHTT in Boston, WHQO in Skowhegan, Maine, the owner. He was the owner. Woo! The Coast in Miami, 89 to 2001, and WKIS 2002. Now, Johnny says, as of March 07, I'm doing weekends in Philly at Country Kiss, WKIS, Miami, Florida. That's the quote. Flash. Isn't he gone from there now? Well, what's he doing now? Maybe he's holding a candle to Howard's ass. Or maybe he's just licking Baba Booey's ass. I don't know. You couldn't hold a candle to him. Well, good. I don't want to hold a candle to him, or you either, John. Here's the poll. How do you most often eat ice cream? And even the wording of it is awkward. It's a horrible poll, Charlie. But thanks for that pile of polls, man. I like it. And I'm taking George's advice, and now I just email them directly to, I highlight whichever one I want, and I email them right to Eric. I don't have to fax them, and Eric is right on top of it, man.
There you go. Just forward it along.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so slow to learn. Oh, he finally decided to use emails on the show. That's because
I use you as an example all the time. When
of
people,
what?
When people have techno fear, irrational fear of learning something new, I say, if that old fart Neil can figure this out,
that's
then,
right.
Yeah.
I'm on this computer all, and by the way, I'm not watching any porn on here either. I'm too old for that. I'm not. I mean, once upon a time, I was like kind of...
Yeah.
Well, I checked out what was on there, and most of it is so bad. Like that thing, that lemon, what was it? Lemongrass?
Lemon jello, yeah.
Oh, my God. I'd rather stuff an elephant's ass in my mouth than look at that again. How do you most often eat ice cream? How do you eat it? 432 votes on the poll. How many you got on there, Tubby?
I have 435.
See? We're zooming up there. We'll do 500 easy. If we do 500, Chris gets a big raise.
All right.
In a bowl, 186. Right out of the carton, 92. In a cone, 41. I like it, but I can't eat it, 17. In a sundae, 15. There's nothing like a hot fudge sundae on a good flavor. Not on vanilla. It's so boring. Like McDonald's, you know. I mean, they got the idea right with the little sundaes, you know. But why does it have to be on that vanilla soft serve? Why can't it be like on chocolate soft serve?
Good pert.
Yeah. What's wrong with them? Because actually, in my old age, I'm starting to get a liking for Mickey D's. Since that old bag said to me, "You want this senior Diet Coke?" And I went, just like that. I knocked her Chinese head right off her Chinese neck. I don't like ice cream 14. I don't believe that. How can you not? That's like saying I don't like Italian food. Or...
They have cold-sensitive teeth like some of us do.
Oh, that one tooth of mine is okay now. There was nothing wrong. They x-rayed it. I got a great dentist. That's the one thing I will say. I got a great dentist. A crappy bank. But then again, is there anything such as a good bank?
Not these
I got
days.
a crappy bank down there, and I got an even crappier one here. You deposit a U.S. check, they hold it for 24 business days. 24 business days, which is like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Licking it off somebody's body, 14, ice cream. Nuke it first, 12, of course. On a stick, 12. On a pie, or in a cake, 5. Yeah, that ice cream cake roll, man, I haven't had that in years. That was good stuff. Don't they make that at Carvel?
I don't know.
Milkshake 4, and a sandwich 3, ice cream sandwich, or floats 2. You eat the ice cream, and believe me, it floats for days.
Biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Duff, get off this instant.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Miami Arena. I'm Dave Halberstam, along with...
Me, Dave Halberstam. It's a great night for basketball.
You're not Dave Halberstam. You're an imposter.
No, I'm not. I'm Dave Halberstam.
If you're Dave Halberstam, then do me.
Well, I can't do you. In essence, I'd be doing myself.
I'll prove to you that I'm the real Dave Halberstam. Bimbo brings the ball up. He spots Rice. Over to Minor.
Inside to Cycling. He shoots.
No good.
Rebound Spider Sally. He jams it home. Good. And the Heat are on
fire. The Heat lead 79-71. Here on the Heat Radio Network. Hey, get out of here. I don't need a partner. You're no good.
I'm good.
No good.
Good.
No good.
Good.
No good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
No good.
Wow. Haven't played that in 100 years. I have no idea who the hell those guys were.
There you go.
Who was that?
Scotty Mack.
Oh, how could I not know that?
I know. Senility?
Scotty Mack. Well, I'm trying to forget him.
I know.
I'm hyperventilating.
Yeah, there's that voice. There's that squeaky voice.
I did that one time when I was about 15 years old.
¿Quién es más macho, Gildy or Scotty Mack? Remember that trip to Vegas?
I'll never forget.
With a silly string, the green silly string?
Oh, yeah. And the stink bombs.
I don't remember the stink bombs.
You don't?
No. Where were they, on the plane?
Yeah. They set stink bombs off on the plane. The sulfur ones, the ones that come in the little glass things with 2 liquids.
Really?
You mix them together, it makes a sulfur smell. It smells like rotten eggs.
Oh, I thought maybe Scotty Mack just farted real bad.
No.
I'm not going to say the Dow's down over 200 points because this next emailer get a lot of emails today. It's great. This is what it's all about. Oh, I never even mentioned we've been on 2.5 hours that that slimeball Ted Stevens got beat in Alaska. 47.8 to 46.6 with 99% of the precincts in. Mark Begich beat him. Ted Stevens lost his seat. There's another one for the Democrats. So that's what, 48? That's 58. 58, and of course Minnesota and Georgia, they're still up for grabs. They're still trying to grab it. By the way, speaking of Minnesota and Norm Coleman, too bad about Sid the Kid there across the street. Man, what bad numbers, huh? I guess he just got bad luck. Or maybe a really bad show. Maybe he suffers from that LOT that seems to infect most of them across the street. LOT, you know what that is? Lack of talent.
Oh.
Stop with the stock market update, says Nose Picker. I've listened to you since the bird days. I met you in Tampa while you were in the market here at the Clearwater Mall with Blob for a promo. That was incredible. We had 5,000 people show up in Clearwater on a Saturday afternoon. That was amazing. But I purposely turn off the news when the stock market report comes out because my 401k plan is in the schmitter. You're making me sick with the updates. I want to smile and forget all the crap for just a few hours a day. Just stop already. Say hi to the happy poor lady in the bridge tender. Dead, question mark? Yeah, I'm sure he must be dead. And of course, so is she. What?
Must be.
Well, we can only hope. And unfortunately, so is she.
Happy Purim! Enough of tapioking! Enough of tapioking! Don't take any bullshit from him. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Have a decent Pesach.
She was great, and once she died, man, that was the end of our show.
Yes, she was. Faith.
Mike says Fat Chris is a moron. How do you like that? They don't all love your fat ass.
What I do now?
Fat Chris works on the Dolphins' flagship station. Doesn't even remember the Dolphins' score was 38-13, blowing out the Patriots.
Yeah, well, I'm not a sports hole that
Why not?
Dedicates my whole life to it.
Though maybe Chris was passed out in a diabetic coma with a bag of ice over his rectum thanks to Jolly Joe.
And I wasn't working that game at the time, so.
No.
Whoever that is
didn't watch it?
Shove it back
You didn't
up his
watch it
butt.
on TV and revel in every moment of it?
I watched it and I loved it.
That performance that day by that New England team was so humiliating. It was even, well, I don't know. I don't know what was worse. The first half of the Jets game, which if they'd have showed up at all, they would have won that game, or the entire game against the Fish. They seem to have this thing about folding against the Fish. But then again, like I said, and it's not an excuse, it's just a fact. Anybody knows anything about football. Oh, and by the way, how come a fan didn't apologize for his intemperate comments about my football allegiances?
Maybe
See,
that's next.
I'm not like a trained monkey, in spite of what Mo says. I don't like root for teams on command. I don't do shows on command. Because I get some email or some stupid phone call, I'm going to jump up and hop like some kind of a house Negro. Right.
And whoever that was, if he wants to get mad, I don't remember any of the Canes scores this year either, and I've worked every game.
Yeah, but who the hell would remember that crap? My God, talk about little girls' teams. The Canes. Oh, it's the Canes. There's Johnny Bauer, my favorite.
At that time, Joe, that's a lot of money.
A lot of money,
yeah.
sure. Now, when you go in to talk with Punch,
Joe Bowen and Johnny
Players
Bauer.
Association has
What more than that's like dying and going to heaven. 50 years a Leafs fan. You think I'm going to change my allegiance all of a sudden because they suck, they stink, they blow? And what are they signing Brian Burke, by the way, already?
Meekly go
Let's
in
get on with
hat in hand and hope you come out with a couple of.
So what do you want, hockey or horse racing?
Well, hey, do we have to choose?
Have enough young guys and enough
Well,
inconsistency
there's the hockey
with
network,
some of their players.
the NHL network.
That
Panthers blew a 3-0 lead in Tampa and had to win in a shootout. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Away from Deputy running the second spot. Fleeting Storm
Against
up and on
the
the pace
girls'
from the
team.
far outside. Deep down is rating along
Here's the
fourth
first race at
position, about
Laurel
mid-pack, a length and a half.
in Maryland. I bet you Dan from Maryland's been at Laurel Racetrack. I never have been. I've driven through Baltimore, but I've never, been any time in Maryland, you know? Did you? Did you ever go to Baltimore and, hang out there?
No.
How about you, Fatso?
Just driven through.
Yeah, I just drove through there real fast, as a matter of fact, and we looked like a really smarmy place. Same with St. Louis. Oh, wow. Now, maybe the highway in St. Louis goes through a real bad hood or something. I don't know, but whoa. St. Louis, I'll pass on that. A lot of Catholics there, too, by the way, in St. Louis. What are we going for? We got 457 on the
Yeah,
poll.
we already passed 450, so let's go for 5.
Let's go to KMOX. Let's take the show to KMOX. I'm sure that old guy, Bob, whatever his name was, I'm sure he's dead by now. They kept trying to hire me, and then he kept having a secretary. Is it true that you make comments against the Catholic Church on the air? And I'd say, what difference does it make? I mean, don't you people understand? I don't know what you're talking about. They wanted to hire me, but they wanted to make sure that I didn't knock the Catholic Church on the air because too many Catholics in St. Louis. I'd have been great on KMOX. Can you imagine?
No.
With that big 50,000-watt signal, I probably heard in 80 states at night. Ooh. Here's one from T. Gann. How Brenda Snipes secures her post as Broward Supervisor of Elections. She gets Al Lamberti to arrest her opponents, including anyone who tried to exercise the public's right to observe the final counts. When it comes to elections in Broward County or most anywhere in Florida, be afraid, be very afraid, says T. Gann. How do you like that?
I don't.
Jackie says, I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all day. So Randy plays that too? If that's true, that would be so embarrassing. I'd be humiliated for her. You know, and it's one thing to play like that. Or like the schmuck across the street with no ratings play
Roy!
And keep dropping that in. Now, where did he get that stuff? And, of course, that's a stupid question because all of our people have been schlepping back and forth across the street. You know? Geldy and Jerks and this one and that one. It's like a revolving door, man. There's a tram.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 24/7 tram right in front of the building, and it just keeps taking people back and forth across the street. Ticket, QAM, QAM, ticket, back and forth, ticket, stick it. And you notice in this trend, there's some day parts you put both numbers together, and you still got a crappy number. Oh, but if we just had 600 sports stations, it's going to bring a lot more people to sports talk radio. Quote the genius, the ever-observant Ray Perry. Oh, my God.
Biggest names.
The best.
How can he still be there?
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The sports leader.
They're off. Sluggish start for our Christy Lee.
He's looking his fastest away from the extreme outside. Minnesota Mary shows good early speed. From between horses, he's a troublemaker with
I like peace and quiet, and I don't need to listen to Barney Frank haranguing in my ear because I made a few bucks off a book I worked on.
You fairy.
He lives on Queer Street, lingers round on Queer Street. He has a house and garden. I would love to see what happens. Paints his toes and pets his monkey. Women's clothes make him look real funky. He has a whiz and knows what to do. He wants me and he wants you.
He lives on Queer Street, near a store where all the creatures meet. I wonder what they're doing in there. He says he likes it just fine. If you knew Judy, like I know Judy.
La 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 la.
He lives on Queer Street, lingers around on Queer Street.
Wanahakalugi is up to win it by a neck from Peaches and Cream. Chi-Town Lightning.
There's the second from Harris Chester. Are you excited about that or what?
No.
I'm not either. Oh, here's one. Bank hold times. Neil, it's much better to deposit checks in the U.S. and then wire to Canada. See, these people, I guess, assume I'm like putting my paycheck in the bank here or something like that. No way, Jose. No, but I mean, occasionally, if I want to put cash in my Canadian account, I'll write a check off my Florida account. Hold fund policies of Canada's major banks for checks drawn on a U.S. institution. I know this is somebody Canadian because it says CHEQUES, checks. How British, how Canadian, eh? TD Bank, minimum 15 business days, maximum 30 days. BMO, Bank of Montreal, maximum 30 calendar days. CIBC, normal 15 business days, maximum 30 business days. Scotiabank, maximum 20 business days. And Royal Bank of Canada, 25. They just do whatever the hell they want. Here's one from Johnny Dark, and it says, retire! Oh, funny. Retire! No. You're worse than I'm worst. You could have been on the flagship host on Howard's second channel, you idiot. Yeah, sure I could have. Just keep sending me more sputum, okay? More, because I know that if I wanted to hire somebody, I would do it through a bunch of anonymous fake emails with all kinds of different people's names. That's how I would hire somebody. I guess Johnny isn't doing much these days. You know, he's got a lot of time to sit around and write stupid emails. Retire, Johnny, retire. I guess Johnny did retire, huh?
Must have.
Is he working anywhere? Does anybody know?
I don't know. I heard he had,
somewhere?
owned some radio stations somewhere, you know.
Get out of here. That one in Maine?
Yeah, whatever. Piddly stuff. I don't know what he's got.
You hear the sirens coming? As soon as I mention Johnny Dork, the sirens start out there. You hear them? Loud. Loud and clear, baby. Here's one. It says, Neil, why do they keep that fat-ass Joe Bell around? The guy's not even good to use as a bad example. Oh. Sirius stock, by the way, 17 cents. Oh. I just looked it up. I just Googled it. Oh, I'm sorry I'm talking about stocks. But I'm not talking about the market. Now, what do you think about that email? I think it's a service. I think people want to know. I mean, I'm not doing a Rick Riley and going to become a stock market maven or put the damn gambling channel on. Although I can put the gambling channel on. You want to hear it, Power Lunch? Power up, Chuck your lunch?
Saying, and you know it's theater, so you know they're saying it for their constituents. Some of our favorite lines so far, don't put your last tourniquet on a dead man. Right. Maybe they should have jet pooled to Washington. New verb, I mean, that. Yeah.
Don't put your last tourniquet on a dead man. What a great line that is. I like that.
Might use it on a dead man.
In fact, when some of the people in the market see those ratings, the oil is $54.50 a barrel. Roll out the barrel. And the loony's down to 80.55 cents, just over 80 cents for the loonie. Oh, keep going down to about 30 cents. Then I'll be like rich again. In fact, you know something? If it would go back down to about like 50 cents, that would make up for my lost salary. The mystery of Neil's lost salary, that starts January 1 at a radio station near you. So like Johnny says, maybe I'll just retire. Oh, isn't it great when you give people access to you? That's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Neil, you've referred to about Wayne. I'll be selling the Dolphins and buying QAM because I'm not going to have you guys. Oh, this is from the fake Wayne. I'm not reading that. Don't get Baldy involved in this, okay? It's boring. Neil, can you play that Moe and Gildy bit that sounds like the good, the bad, and the ugly? Da-da-da-da-da. What's that called?
One of my favorites. The Moe, the Doy, the something.
Moe, Doy, Gildy. Coming up.
Classic.
Here's one. Let's see. TSA names Miami Airport of the Year. MIA. When you fly there, I sure don't want to. Good. I wouldn't go there again, man, on a bet. Especially coming up here. Like I told you, they put you like in this little cocoon, and you're like sealed in there like a prisoner. And they're playing with your boarding card, and they're passing it around, and they're wiping each other's ass with it. It's just ridiculous. And you're stuck in there. Then when you finally get out of there, they sit you down, and you take off your shoes and your pantaloonies and your armpits, and and they swab you down, kind of like Jolly Joe and Chris. Here's one from Lisa. Neil, I thought I'd chime in with a possible upcoming poll. Of all the hosts on QAM, which host would you most likely to spend the day with at their job? I'll wait to hear if you got this or not. A fan forever, Nick and Marty. I got it. I don't know about that poll. I'll keep it in mind. I'll keep it in my pile.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking at this joke. Oh, my God. It just goes on and on. Oh, not funny. Sorry. Sorry, Daisy, it's not funny. Neil, what is a minion? Something about you have to wear a hat? A minion or minion? What does that mean?
You read an email earlier of Howard and all his minions.
Oh, minions. Oh. So, in other words, this guy's illiterate. Well, we have a lot of those people out there. Yeah, all his filet minions.
Mm-hmm.
Sirius stock, 17 cents.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Nothing like jumping on the Titanic just before it hits...
Yay.
Before it hits rock bottom. Right?
Right on.
Give up that crappy job you got. You're going to take a big pay cut in January. You'll hop on there. You could have been the fag ship guy on Howard's 45th channel. See, this is the problem with Sirius. It's all about Howard. You know, they got some other people on there. They got Pharrell's on there, and they had the goofball from Tampa, Bubba Love Sponge, who's now going back to terrestrial radio. If it's so great, how come that guy's going back to terrestrial radio? And wasn't he having to do like a second job at terrestrial radio while he was doing Sirius because they weren't paying him any money? Yes. Yes.
Don't ask me.
Yes. I'm telling you.
Yes.
We had it on the air, man, right on this damn radio show. We had it on here. That's months ago. So if they're paying people all this big money, which they aren't, because when the stock is 17 cents a share, man. Oh, maybe Santa will put some Sirius in your stocking this winter.
Sirius?
Yeah. A penny for your thoughts. Wouldn't it be something that goes down like in single digits? Like about 5 cents?
Mm-hmm.
17 cents. Rocky says, why would you want to go to Sirius? I don't understand why everyone wants you to go to satellite radio. Since Howard Stern went to satellite radio, he's become insignificant. King of all media, my ass, says Rocky. Well, it's only for the fact that I'd actually then be able to do the show and actually be, heard by a real audience as opposed to, I'm your friend. I'm your friend. Here's a picture of John Stamos in Miami this past weekend. Looking pretty good, Johnny, although looking kind of anorexic. Looking really skinny. He still looks pretty good, though. He's 43. Is that right?
Okay.
I Googled it, but I forgot. I think he's 43. That's pretty old. Too old for me. And he's with some skanky-looking broad. Who's that broad with him?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't have to. It's at the Fontainebleau. All the big shots were there for the grand reopening of the Fontainebleau. The Fontainebleau. I wonder if they still have that fag thing going on the top floor there like they used to years ago. Never got to see it or participate in it, but I sure heard a lot of stories about it.
45.
Oh, is that just, huh?
45.
He's 45. That's what I just said. Isn't that what I said?
Yeah.
Or I say 43.
I thought you said 43.
Oh, he was born in 63, so that makes him 45.
Yeah.
Would you get your numbers right? If you're going to mail it in with a bunch of numbers, at least get the numbers right, Rogers. Okay. Speaking of guys who used to be really, really hot, and Enrique Iglesias kicked out by lover. Not what you're thinking either. I know what you're thinking.
Gay.
No.
Not thinking anything.
Oh, they had the Versace family on Biography last night. It was marginally boring. And they showed that thing with Andrew Cunanan in the houseboat. You know, they were schlepping the body out. And it made me think, because I was down there that night, and I was thinking of the news coverage, and remember the cops threw the stink bombs in there?
Yes.
And it was like it was like fog, you know, nobody could see anything. And they come out breathlessly to tell us on local television, oh, there's nothing in there, there's nobody in there. And meanwhile, his body was laying dead in the bed.
Yeah, well, it was foggy in there. What do you want?
Come on, you call that police work? They come out and the local breathless TV reporters are telling the audience there's nobody in there? When he heard the handyman come that day, he put the gun in his mouth and bada bing, that was the end of him.
This is the bailout.
Hey, Andrew.
You fairy.
Singer Enrique Iglesias has been kicked out of his Florida home by girlfriend Ana Cornajolia after a row over his pet dogs. See, I knew he was a good guy. He's a dog lover. The hero hitmaker, who's been dating the former tennis star for 6 years, moved out of the house they share in Miami after a heated argument over the pooches. Coochie coo. Where's the poochie poo? Now, what kind of a dog are they getting? They're getting that hairless, Mexican hairless at the White House?
I don't know.
I'll send him right down. But the Spanish hunk insists the pair is still together, says he'll move back in as soon as Russian Kornikova agrees. He tells Britain's Hello magazine, we were living together for 6 months, but she kicked me out. We had a fight. We did make up, but she didn't let me move back in. It was a stupid fight, something about my dogs. I'll move back in when she lets me. Oh, what a wuss. He'll move back in when she lets him. Ana Cornajolia, that big dyke, with legs like tree trunks. Here's one from Bacho in Dallas. Macho Bacho. 482 on the poll. We got 500 licked. Pretty good. You might think we have an audience out there, you know? What do you think? This is the big month, baby. You people out there with your Arbitron diaries, you keep listening. I'm not telling you how to fill them out, but you keep listening. And listen all the time. Listen all day on QM, and maybe we'll get that extra bonus. You think? Remember that glorious... I think it happened twice in 11 years that we got the double bonus for the station being number one and us being number one. And both times we had this humongous... Oh, and by the way, I just mentioned this in passing. For the Yokel sales manager and the Yokel general manager and for the promotion director, your good friend Flea. In this trend, which show had the highest rating on the station? By far.
Yeah.
Could it have been 10-2?
Oh, my God.
Could it have been...
Neil, God!
Yeah, I think so. I just mentioned that in passing because it's against the law for the sales department to sell this show or to even discuss it in sales or promotion meetings.
Right.
Makes sense to me.
Biggest name.
Good business.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent. You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
It's the 1 to 2 hour.
Wait till you hear what they say. It's all next on Larry King Live. Governor Sarah Palin, unscripted, uncensored, unleashed. Right now on Larry King Live. Governor.
I will do what the people of Alaska want me to do. My life is in God's hands. If he's got doors open for me, I invite you to come up to Alaska and especially look at the resources. Again, I'm not going to close any doors of opportunity.
Governor.
And the door is open for me to do so. It would be something that I am who I am, though, and I call it like I see it. And some of those questions, you know, regarding I'm not going to close any doors that perhaps would be in front of me and would I'm not going to close any door there in terms of opportunity that may be there in the future. But at this point, my life is in God's hands. If he's got doors open for me.
What a story.
Again, I'm not going to close any doors of opportunity.
Now, don't interrupt. We're almost out of time so quickly. Are you ready to run for the presidency? Is that something that would interest you?
I'm not going to close any door there in terms of opportunity that may be there in the future. But at this point, you don't run a race to lose. My goodness.
I'll be back in just a minute.
What a waste of... That chapter is closed now. The campaign is over.
All right. 102 at 560 WQAM. Don't forget, go see George this Saturday in Homestead. From 3 to 5 Saturday at Metro PCS 282 Northeast 8th Street in Homestead. It's your chance to win the Ultimate College Football Championship Game Experience. The Ultimate Experience includes 4 tickets to the game on January 8th at Dolphin Stadium, 4 pregame field passes, and 4 Fan Fest and tailgate party tickets. You want to know how I know this is definitely Dan from Maryland now? This Jay Font, a fan? Because he responds again. This is the same guy who was too busy yesterday to respond during the show because he's got a job and he's got a life. But he felt compelled. The Spirit of Christ compelled him, a fan on being a fan, would lecture about my sports teams, okay? As if that's any of his business, what teams I root for and why. Neil, I never said you had to root for the home team. However, as I recall, you were at one time a Dolphin fan. That's right, and I spent a lot of money on my own tickets before I got them from any station. Fat Rich and I used to go to the games all the time. And because of the organization and the fans and the whole ambiance with it, I said, Fat, to hell with this. Screw them. They treated us like garbage in that stadium, man, like subhuman garbage. But anyway, matter of fact, you were a Cubs fan in baseball and now are a Pats fan in football. That's right. Because I'm from Rochester, New York, and the Rochester Red Wings are a AAA baseball team, and the Rochester Amherst are a minor league hockey team, and I don't have any, home teams to root for. How many teams are you a fan of? I'll tell you right now, fan. 2. Leafs, Patriots. That's it. That's it. That's enough. Oh, but what about the Spartans, man? I don't care. Not interested. I mean, even though it's, another one of those Big Ten schools, they don't have the kind of obsession with winning at Michigan State that they do like at Michigan. Oh, how about that season for Michigan, by the way, Fat Chris? Oh, yeah. What, they lose 100 games?
I think they're, 3-7 or something?
Wow. Michigan. I bet you maybe that's why Mad Dog's off his feed. You, my friend, are the Benedict Arnold fans. See, this is definitely Dan from Maryland. One minute, kissy, 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 and the next minute ripping and chewing and tearing as if. But it's good material, though. Keep it coming. The only team you've been a constant fan of are the Maple Leafs. Let's hope the Red Wings don't get a pretty boy goalkeeper, as you'll be a Red Wings fan as well. Take care. Yeah, the Red Wings had Stevie Yzerman, and I couldn't give a crap less. I hate the Red Wings. What do you know? And my favorite ball players, ugly as sin. Hank Bauer with the Yankees was my favorite baseball player back in the day, and Johnny Bauer and Papa Bauer, Nishtva. What you know about sports, a fan, I could stick in a thimble and what you know about my fandom. Now, let's see. What's this game? Maple Leaf Classics. They're in commercial break now. Oh, Blackhawks at the Leafs, November 18th, 1967, with Bill Hewitt. Oh, and the fake Greg Budell says, Bubba, a staff of about 10. Cox is putting him on 93 Rock. You know something? I don't care. I don't care. Hopefully he'll be on right smack in midday, or at least overlapping part of our show. I guess I'm supposed to, pee in my pants because they're going to put Bubba Love Sponge in this market. Who cares? They put Mancow in the market. He got a point. They got Bill O'Reilly, Billo, on the radio. He's got a point. Still don't show up on that station. God. All these radio yentas. That's why you know who these are from. Radio yentas. Mm-hmm. People with no lives.
Absolutely correct, sir. I have no lives.
Right. Enrique says, not that Enrique. One of our listeners says, how come we can bail out large corporations, not help with a school budget crisis? Can I have the government pay me out of my bill? We went to the Luis Miguel concert. It was awesome. Sorry you missed it. We'll send you pictures. Te quiero, Enrique. Te quiero mucho, Enrique, whoever you are. Not Enrique the greasiest. Although he might be listening.
Might be.
Oh, here's the game.
Covered, and down the ice comes Wayne Mackey to center.
I wonder if Wayne Mackey was kin to Chico Mackey. I bet you he was.
Palat then moves up.
Pierre Palat.
He's stopped. There's going to be a penalty here, and they try to make the lead for Griffin.
Tim Horton, man. Let's dig him up. He was a hell of a defenseman, man. Number 7. You want to go to Tim Hortons for some lunch?
Sure. What are your feelings on dessert?
Can't do any lunch today, man. I got my pantaloonies and my shirt on already. I got my shoes sitting over here off to the side. It's Woodbine Wednesday, man. I'm going to go there and win $1 zillion. Maria Bartiromo, my good close personal friend, says, good afternoon, Mr. Rogers. I did not hear you open the show this morning saying how the market ended up 150 points yesterday. Free market capitalism is the best path to prosperity and will always defeat your closed-minded socialism views. Socialista, socialista, comunista. I love that scene in Godfather 2 where they're up on the roof at a casino and it's Hyman Roth's birthday.
Right.
And he's going on and on about we have a friendly government, a government that knows how to do business and blah, beep, beep, beep.
Michael.
Dollar for dollar with the Teamsters on a dollar for dollar basis. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
Hyman Roth.
Was great.
He's dead? Who is it again?
Lee Strasberg.
Lee Strasberg. He's dead. He was really good in there. And Al Pacino, who went to his acting school, he got him in the movie. Good choice. What great casting, huh? At least in the first 2. The third one, a little weak. A little weak on the casting in Godfather 3. Dad! I bet you everybody gave a sitting ovation when she got shot, you know?
In the theater, we did. Everyone applauded.
On another subject, my agent is Don Buchwald, so not only do I have a real agent, but I have inside information that your rants about Sirius is just a cross-promotion for the beginning of your show in 2009 on Howard 101. Oh, yeah. So Maria is the same radio goofballs, the fake Maria. Like you said, it's probably all one person. Probably Johnny Dork.
Over for Makita, stopped by Rupp.
Dwayne Rupp, man. Now, could he play or what? He sucked. That Stan Makita, though, he used to really piss me off. 500 votes on the poll. How do you like that?
Gotta like it.
So? Don't you like it?
I love it.
Let's see. Oh, and now here's Anna Cornajolia. Is that Enrique?
Yeah, looking at her butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that hand of his? Enrique, your hand is...
It's not above the deck.
Yeah, I know.
The deck, I said.
I know what you said, and I know what you were thinking. And the same thing I'm thinking.
And for what it's worth, of all the things that you've ever been wrong about, which is a lot, I don't know what you're seeing when you see her legs. She's got skinny little twigs.
Tree trunk.
For legs.
Let's see. Here's one. It has the Schumberger. Yeah, okay, great. It's a link from Johnny G. Go away, Johnny G. I don't do links. It really stinks when people send me links. You should know that because you're chronic, Johnny G. Neil, I'm surprised about what you were talking about yesterday, that the reason you stay in Toronto in the cold is because you are scared of encountering your crazy listeners. Yeah, isn't that what I said? Yeah. I'd always assumed that it was that because you don't have the cojones to do your show in the studio and you have to encounter the same people that you rip all the time. Even though, of course, I was there for years and years and ripped them just as much as I do now, which you seem to forget. Now, which fake is this from? Oh, Note. That must be a Nolte Note. Just keep them coming, baby. Just keep ripping away. If it makes you, it keeps you off the street. Neil, can you translate to non-Jewish people what a yenta is so us rednecks can follow along over here in Southwest Florida? Michael Bird Dog Scroggins. Oh, my God. Bird Dog Scroggins. He sounds like what's wrong with the world, you know what? Yenta, somebody who's a gossip, somebody like a Rimmer, for example. A gossip, somebody who can't keep their trap shut. Boy, they don't make them like that guilty anymore, thank God. Boy, I got a lot of stuff to catch up on here. Thank God for that. Joe says, I enjoyed watching Jimmy Syphilis play for the Dolphins. He did score an impressive touchdown against the Redskins in the Super Bowl, but that's where it ends. He does not belong behind the mic during the Finns games. His attempts to sound dramatic on big plays are so fake and wimpy. Rick Weaver was the best the Dolphins ever had. They're both correct, Joe. Thank you, Joe. You got your thumb right on it. And so does Jimmy.
You fairy.
Hey, Jimmy.
You fairy.
How'd he do, huh? Wait till the hourlies come out, because they're off to a pretty rocky start with this new lineup at IOD. And wait till all the Nazis go back to Germany with their tails between their legs.
Biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader. Neil God.
Jennifer Aniston says Angelina Jolie was out of line when she shared details of her early relationship with Brad Pitt.
Jennifer's never really spoken out about this, but now, some 4 years later, she is.
I felt like such an idiot. I mean, isn't that just kick you in the crotch, spit on your neck, fantastic?
Yeah, I guess that'd be kind of embarrassing. You know, that was 4 years ago. That's not that big of a deal.
It's a big deal.
But you've been with a few guys since your breakup, right? How many do you think?
I've never counted.
Ballpark figure.
I would say maybe 150. Let's just say 200.
Whoa.
It is so much fun.
Yeah.
It's fun and it's exciting.
You want to have fun during the commercial?
Let me show you my underwear.
Rectum.
What is it? 116. Don't say that, boy. Can you imagine if it was only 11:16? I think we'd all commit suicide. You first, Chris.
See you later.
510, man. We got 510 votes on the poll. We still got 44 minutes to go. Not that I'm counting. Pretty impressive, yeah. Well, there's that Yahoo Richard Shelby from Alabama.
We've got management.
We got management.
Obviously,
it's a bunch of crap.
And
we don't know their ass from our elbow. Oh, God. Rednecks just drive me nuts. Especially rednecks who hold political orifice. Ted Stevens is out in Alaska. He got beat. That crook, that old crook. And we're still waiting on Minnesota and Georgia. The fake Barry Jackass is back, by the way. How do I know it's fake? Because his email is barryjackson@barryjackass. What?
Nothing.
They're all fake, George says.
Right.
Everybody. Even like the people who aren't fake celebrities.
See, I know that because I'm the one writing them all.
Are you really?
No.
Cox is putting Bubba Love Sponge on 93 Rock in Miami and 96.5 in Orlando beside the stations in Tampa and Jacksonville. Here's the sirens. They're coming to get you. Sirius is looking to put you or Phil Hendry on Sirius 101 as a replacement for Bubba the Love Sponge. Sure they are. Sure they are. All you losers out there keep sending me all these emails about Sirius wants you. Well, where's the phone call, you know? Where's Norma's phone call? Where's the offer? Where's some money on the table? And, you know, when your stock is 17 cents a share, you don't have an awful lot of money to put on the table. When you're losing your ass. Losing your ass. The fake Adam Kirshner says Scotty Mack was the producer of Goldberg at Night on WIOD. Do you think he's a mole? I think he's something that rhymes with mole, such as ass is the first part of it. Now, were you tight with Scotty or what? Was he one of your buddies?
Tight?
Yeah.
We had a couple of social occasions outside of work, but I don't have any problems with Scotty. Saw him this last year.
Neil Rogers, good. George Rodriguez, no good.
As a matter of fact, he cut that just recently when he was taking a tour through the studios here. I said, come in here and lay some stuff down on the mic.
Neil Rogers, good. George Rodriguez, no good.
I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm a good guy. Thanks, honey.
Scotty could be annoying, but he could also be very funny.
He could really be.
Tremendous.
Yes.
But he wasn't. I remember that trip to...
Hey, guys, Vegas is my kind of town.
No, I think Arcadia, Florida is your kind of town. Anyway, so what does this mean? Is he a mole? What is he? Is he still around? Is he still hanging around?
No.
Maybe he's the one. Maybe he's the one that's sending all the emails.
He's like in Atlanta or something.
Really?
Or Orlando, one of those places, north of here.
Two words that come to mind when I think of Scotty Mack. Overgrown child. Any disagreement?
No.
Oh.
That's not an insult, though.
It's not? Well, it's intended
not
as
to
one.
me.
Why, are you an overgrown child, too?
Oh, yeah.
I'm an old child. The Dow is down, but I'm not going to tell you how much. I don't want to get that one lady upset, or whoever that was. Matt says, ask George or Chris about a thing called a Shoutbox instant message program that listeners can just enter a thought and send right from a website. Just a thought to get more interactive with your more intelligent listeners, and then it says, ha, 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 Michigan Matt.
Yeah. I have an idea for this thing, you know, called a telephone, where you pick it up and you talk to the host on the air, and it's a two-way conversation, and I think you could make a show out of that and call it a talk show.
Oh, that's done. I told you it was done a long time ago. Well, you didn't believe me. And then people kept insisting, oh, well, I think you really ought to give it a shot. You know, take some, screw it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe once in a while.
How about a talk box?
What?
How about a talk box? You pick your box up and you talk into it, and they hear you on the radio.
A squawk box?
Yeah.
Mary had a little lamb. Everybody was surprised. Let's see. For the poll of favorite nicknames. Oh, you know something? I like that poll a lot. Now, what did I do with it? Did I put it in my poll pile? The favorite nicknames that I've invented? Oh, wait a minute. Here's some ratings crap. What is that? $25.54 for the week. $25.54 for the week. Kiss 2.6. That's never going to be the same since Johnny Dork walked out of there. IOD a 2.2. Waxy a 1.8. QAM a 1.8. Look at that. Tied for 20th with each other. Person's $25.54 for the entire week. Waxy, ticket, and QAM, stick it. How do you like that, boys and girls? Boys and turds? Wow. You add it together and it's a 3.6, which is, you know, not bad, but of course that's persons, you understand. Elizabeth says, yesterday at about the show's end, you were commenting and wondering with Chris about some jock's name. I'm about as football savvy as George. I don't remember the name, but I think I can help. I'm a teacher, have become familiar with about 200 very diverse names a year. In the past, I've learned that some of the more interesting names are in fact made up. A lot of my students from Opelika have these types of names. It's usually a combination of the mother's name and the dad's name. Like Sharon and Travis have a child, and they name it Travon. Lynn and Jeremy have a child, and they name it Linamy or Geraldine. Listener for life, I love you, man. Insert more ass-licking here. Love to George and Chris, too, but not Brandon and Zach. What is that all about? What's Elizabeth got against Brandon and Zach? Well, I know what she's got against Zach. He's evil. Look what he's doing to that morning show. See, they got those wired diaries in the last trend, 25 to 34 men. The Big O in the morning and Joe got a bunch of wired 25, 34. And the reason you know they're wired is because they didn't listen to any day part the rest of the station. Not me, not the 2 to 4, not the Mad Dog, not Night, not nothing. Wired. That's what we need is a whole bunch of wired diaries, you know? What do you think?
I'll start working on it.
I'll guarantee you, once they start that people meter thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to find out there's a whole lot of people listening right now who would never put it down in the diary. Just like all these people that send this hate on the email, you know. I'm a fan. I've been a fan for 20 years. But your taste in sports teams sucks. Maybe if there was some cutie pie like Luke Shen on the Red Wings. Well, Luke Shen's on the Leafs. And I wouldn't care if the Leafs were all ugly as sin. And generally speaking, they are. It's not a pretty team. You know, you think back Red Kelly and Bert Olmsted and Johnny Bauer. All those old, craggy-looking guys. Foster and Bill Hewitt. I mean, these were not pretty people at any point, even as children. You know what I'm saying?
No, what are you saying?
I'm saying that these are all the same people. You're right. Aqueduct, race 3, no minutes to post. They're going to the gate. I wonder if Durkin's working on a Wednesday. Wouldn't that be something to watch? Tom Durkin eating a gherkin?
While working?
No.
Working?
That's enough. Don't extend it any further than I already have. Don't stick your neck out. Then they won't put us on Sirius. Or maybe then they would put us on Sirius if we start talking dirty, you know. All these people obsessed with all this Sirius crap, and the stock is 17 cents a share. My
Horses
God.
have reached the starting gate. They're at the post.
Durkin, I told you. The great Tom Durkin. He's no Trevor Denman, but he's damn good. Although he seems indifferent lately. It's like he's mailing it in. Oh, that is one of those rare moments that I'll never forget. I don't know why. It just was so bizarre. Phil Saltzman and Jeff DeFlorist, who couldn't get arrested in a panty raid, knocking Dave Johnson. That was just... It would be like me knocking Howard Stern, you know. Ridiculous. How dare you knock Howard?
Waiting for our clear victory.
You screwed yourself, Neil. You were going to be the midday guy there in Howard 101. You were going to have a chance to lick Howard's cheeks. He does nothing for me. Again, I salute him as the master of all hype. Every time he farts, all over the world there are reverberations. Everybody's saying, "Oh my God, was that an egg fart? Was that like a blueberry pancake fart? What was that?" And he and Don Buchwald and all those other grave robbers, they invented that. And so he didn't really have to work that hard anymore. He didn't have to really do a funny, entertaining show. All he had to do was just be Howard, show up, and have his groupies there, his sidekicks, you know. And look at this. Bubba Love Sponge is going to have a cast of 10 on that show. See, on an FM show like that, you have a whole bunch of people, like I did on Zeta. We had The Bird and Caprita, and it was perfect. Now, in the beginning, before Caprita got on the show, we had Lee, what was his name? He's dead now. From Coke.
I don't know. Atwater.
Yeah, Lee Atwater. No, seriously. I forget what his name was. Flea. And he was a deep voice, FME kind of guy, and he was really uptight about all the faggery that I was talking about on the air on the show, and he wasn't comfortable with it. And so they replaced him with Caprita, and that's why we went to number 1.
Did you try to make him comfortable, like, you know, massage his shoulders?
No, I didn't want to. No, he was a blonde guy, but not my type. You know, he's kind of like with a real deep voice and a bad nose problem. You know what I mean by a bad nose problem? Like the president.
No,
like the outgoing president. Oh, here's one from the fake Tom Jicka. Oh, I love it. Or maybe this is from the real Tom Jicka. You think?
No.
Oh, this is great. Let me print this out, and another one, too. And then when we come back, that'll kill some good time. Thanks, little Tommy, you idiot.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent. It's the Mad Dog. Jim Mandich.
Afternoons 4 to 7.
Sports Radio 560 QAM. The sports leader.
Hi, Luis Miguel. Play it, baby.
Yeah. Swing it, dogs. When the Nazis reign, they reign before Pat Buchanan. All right. Now the KKK have good days because of Buchanan.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you are yellow or purple or, God forbid, brown, You'll be like Mussolini hanging upside down. You can lock and load your guns with Pat in power. But if you want to kill those lights, step into the showers. And as you're breathing the gas and your rights are slipping away, aren't you glad that you voted for Pat today? Pat Buchanan's an ass.
Oh, jeez. Couldn't play the whole thing.
Ass.
Whole. 131 at 560. Two separate words, man. Two separate voices. Two separate words. What?
Nothing. I just Chris made a funny face.
Oh, did he? And you know I was supposed to play that. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Our favorite.
Sorry. Better late than never.
Let go my ego, by the way.
What?
Let go my ego. That's what Mo's saying in this, in case people don't know.
Oh, Lee Gillette, thank you. That was the name of that goofball. He's dead. 133, the fake Tom Jicka is getting worked up to her friends here. Got three now.
Wow.
Three in a row. 3 emails in a row from the fake Tom Jicka. Here's the Lee Gillette story. He worked at KSTT in Davenport, Iowa, 1978. YV in Jacksonville, WIVY. WGCL in Cleveland. WHTT in Boston. Cool in Phoenix. KOOL. Zeta in Miami, 1987. Briefly. He was on like about 5 shows, 1 week. And then he just freaked out. CKLW, Windsor, Detroit, 1989. How do you like that? He was at CKLW.
The Big 8, Golden. CKLW, Golden.
The Coast in Miami, 91. KFQC in Davenport, Iowa, 96. KMXG, Davenport, 96. Radio 1 Networks in Colorado, 99. And WPLC, Washington, D.C., 2000. He died in Clinton, Iowa, August 13th, 2001. Nose problem.
I see.
Gillette. He wasn't a bad guy. He was just extremely homophobic, and he was concerned for his image, because he had a big, deep, ballsy voice. He wasn't comfortable being on a show with some faggot like me, Bad mistake,
Yeah.
Lee.
Who would be?
You. Somebody desperate for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Fat Chris. So anyway, the fake Tom Jicka says, WQAM hasn't been the same since Ed and Hank were forced out. See you at the track, Tom. Not. One thing about the racetrack aficionados, man, the birds of a feather that plunge their guts together, they're really tight, very tight. So the fake Tom Jicka says, serious mistake. Over the last couple of years, radio host Bubba Love Sponge, with his cult-like following, has become an afternoon fixture on Howard 101. With only 20 shows left in his contract, this is a fixture that now more than ever, Sirius should be looking to lock into a long-term agreement. Like him or not, Bubba has the kind of show that puts subscriptions on the books and is personally the kind of guy who gets his team together to tour around the country grassroots promoting Sirius XM radio. With subscribers already screaming out in anger over the latest channel stir-up, Sirius XM is on the verge of making a huge mistake if they choose to let Bubba go. Well, obviously they did, because he's starting the first of the year with Cox. It seems clear that the decision-makers at Sirius XM have no idea what kind of talent they have with Bubba. All anyone has to do is take a look at the number of websites that cover news about him, the number of users on the countless message boards devoted to him, and then check out how he can move the numbers at Google like only a very few like Howard Stern can do. What more do they need? It's time for Sirius XM to step up to the plate or get ready for a backlash like nothing they've seen to date. That stock will be down to 2 cents. Wow. That's from the fake Tom Jicka, who's obviously the same as the fake, all the other ones. Not the fake Johnny Dark, though. That's the real one, I think. I hope so. I hope he's just foaming at the mouth. Got to do something besides hang out at Doodah's. I think Doodah's is out of business, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, look at this. Gay Ted and Wilton Manors. How silly is the new QM contest where grown men call in the Joe Rose Show and try to give their best Mandich impression? According to the QM website, the contest is called Bark Like the Mad Dog, and the winner gets to hang with the Mad Dog and Big Dog before the Dolphin Patriots game and gets to visit the broadcast booth to visit Jimmy Syphilis, Joe, and Jim. Why would a grown man want to go out of his way to win a concert where he gets to visit and spend time with other men? All of this sounds very gay to me. How about you? Says Gay Ted and Wilton Manors. Well, you know, Ted. Butch up. Wow. Tom Jicka, again, poor reception for XM Sirius Shuffle. They've started switching channel lineups, and some listeners are finding it more than a little confusing. And it goes on. Well, I'm telling you, that all these people out there, all these groupie chronics, are obsessed with this crap. You know what? With XM Sirius? The day that I start paying to listen to radio will be a cold day in hell. I've never heard anything on the radio in my life that I would pay to hear. Here's one from the fake Tom Jicka. You're referring to Lee Gillette from Zeta? He's dead. Yeah, I just got through reading the whole thing, Tom. And you sent it to me. Jane in Deerfield says, I lived in Alabama from 1987 to 90. I got my shoes on, by the way.
Okay.
Aren't you proud of me?
Yes.
Woodbine Wednesday.
Good.
Where I belonged to the Birmingham Committee for Peace and Justice in Central America. At the time, Senator Shelby was a Democrat, and I wrote him an angry letter telling him to become a Republican because he was no Democrat. About a month after the committee asked me to join them on a visit to his office, which I turned down because of my angry letter, well, within a year, Shelby had become a Republican. He was one of those Reagan Democrats afraid of civil rights. He's a yahoo. My husband turned me on to you, and we moved back to Florida in 1990. Been listening since. Thank you, Jane in Deerfield, and I'm still using body wash. I'm still polluting the environment. Steve in New Jersey says these incessant emails comparing you and Stern and suggesting obviously false on-air career negotiations is ponderous and bad radio. Oh, no. I listen to you both, and am entertained. Two totally different shows. These a-holes are just feeding conversation that's now been beaten to death. Right, Steve. Bubba Love Sponge, or whatever low-rent version of Stern, can be best described as a goober zoo. Unlistenable. Yeah, goober zoo. He's a Tampa guy. Goober guy. Isn't he the one where they killed the pig on the air or did something?
I don't know.
I think so. Hope you stop giving these dopes the airtime they don't deserve and keep giving market updates less painful coming from you, says Steve in Jersey. See, you can't please everybody. I enjoy the emails myself. This one says, I remember from Boomer. I remember those days under Peter, that schmuck. The radio assassin, Petey Bolger, formerly of KGON Portland. Biff, as we called him back in the day. His air name was Lee Gillette, and he was good friends with Bean Walker. He's dead, too. Says Boomer. Well, whatever. Get a life, Boomer. Woman out $400,000 to Nigerian scam con artist. Here's one. I remember I asked you the other, I keep asking you, do people actually respond to those fake emails we get on there?
Yes.
I mean, how stupid have you got to be that just out of the blue, somebody comes to you and says, oh, I've got $2 million, £2 million for you, and all you have to do is send me your shoe size and name and address and your underwear, and I'll get it right to you. 539 votes on our poll, by the way, Fat Chris.
All right.
I think, as Diana said in Network, I think we have struck the mother lode. I can't find that poll about Neil. I'll find it.
I'm sure.
I'll dig in here. You know the one I'm talking about? About the
no.
About the nicknames that I've created.
Oh, that one.
That's a good poll.
Mm-hmm.
It had a whole list of really... Oh, here it is. I got it. Justin Tinkerbell, somebody mentioned. What about her?
What about her? That belongs on there.
Well, it's on there. I added it. Because I know my nicknames, mister.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Grab my junior, honey.
Isn't it funny how some tastes just take you back? Like when you were a teenager. Remember sitting on your porch on a cool summer evening, popping a zit with your fingers and then eating it? Well, the great taste is back at the Puss Palace. Yes, delicious, creamy, soft-serve pus in a cone or a dish with your choice of toppings. All the great tastes of your body you enjoyed as a kid, like warm earwax, scab chips, and our new booger bits. The Puss Palace. I scream, you scream, we all scream for Puss.
You thought it was a tasty lunch, but it's not. 1:45 at 560 WQAM. Don't forget, go see George this Saturday. Don't let me forget to promote that tomorrow and Friday.
All right.
Well, we want a big turnout down there in Homestead. We want people to think we got a big audience still.
We have a surprising audience down there.
Do we?
Yeah, it's always a decent turnout.
How do you know that?
Been down there a few times on, in the past for appearances, and there's always a decent turnout.
I got a major bulletin.
Uh-oh.
No, that's... There it is. Or, that too. From the Phantom Informer. Subject, fake Greg Budell. It has been confirmed the fake Greg Budell is Sonny Fox. He's out of his mind. With several exclamation points. He's like that. Does that surprise you?
No.
Fake Sonny Fox.
Hi, this is Sonny Fox. I listen to Neil Rogers because I can hear the word ass.
Yeah, can't say the whole word, but nevertheless. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Remember those days at Paxton IOD when he was doing the mornings?
Yep.
Now, I'm trying to remember what the hell ever became to that. He didn't get the show, right?
Right.
Or did he?
I don't know.
Was that pre-Ron and Ron?
I think they were still together then, but I'm not sure. I don't follow their career as closely as I used to. Oh, wait. I never did.
The fake Mason Williams, who obviously has too much classical gas, says your logic of not paying for radio makes no sense. I pay for my radio. You pay for cable TV? You do. Then please shut up. If you enjoy something, it only makes sense to pay for it. I got news for you. It would have to be something so hysterical, so compelling, so entertaining for me to pay for radio. I mean, cable TV, how do you make a comparison between all the different choices, the movies and all the good stuff on cable TV, the sporting events, etc.? Oh, but they got the hockey games on XM on radio. Well, why do I want to listen to the hockey games on the radio when I can see them all on my TV? And
right.
Yeah, I paid for it, but why the hell do I want to listen to it when I can watch it? That's why radio is a dinosaur, okay? We're eking out a living on a dying medium. That's why people are going to that satellite crap. Oh, you can't say that. They want you or Phil Henry. They want you guys. Yeah. How about Margaret? Does he have to bring Margaret along, too?
I think she goes
everywhere. It's
going
to snow later on and overnight. It's -2. It's 28. It's really toasty. I'll tell you, don't ever let me tell you that the weather up north doesn't suck because it blows. But
you don't have to tell me.
Weather isn't life.
No.
Life isn't all about weather. If that's all we're about, everybody be living in the good
there are
climates,
worse things. And besides, when it's cold outside, you got to do things to warm up and alleviate the boredom.
Oh, there he goes again with that sexual innuendo. See?
That's right.
Oh, you'd be perfect on Sirius. You could say the F word just over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Just say that. SHF. Mm-hmm. See you next time. Stuff like that. CO2.
Hey, every time I say it, it won't be gratuitous.
Oh, here we go from the Baron. More than once, Bubba said, that guy in Miami, he's cool, right? He speaks highly of you. He was acquitted of the pig thing. I don't really care whether he was acquitted or not, nor do I care about him. He is Tampa Radio. Like, what did the one guy call before? Yahoo or radio, something like that. Tampa Radio. Just like Ron and Ron were Tampa Radio. Redneck Radio. Mm-hmm. And then the bizarre part about that show is they've got Fez Whatley on the show, who's a screaming queen, or at least playing one. I don't know what his story was. Was he a screamer?
I don't know.
Or don't care?
Either.
Right. But he's playing the screaming queen character like Freaky Carlos, our receptionist. And in the meantime, they're appealing to these homophobic, rednecky morons. I don't get it. Do you get it?
Nope.
You're going to get it. That's
really?
What Jolly Joe told me. He said you're going to get a big raise next year, 3%. Maybe that's what Norma was emailing you about or texting you or whatever.
No, I told you.
You told me what?
What he was calling me about.
Norma, don't get suckered into all that Sirius XM crap, okay? It's all make-believe. It's all ersatz. 17 cents a share, my ass. Here's the poll. 500. How many votes you got on there? I got 551.
Let me refresh. And
yeah, come on. You can do it, Tubby.
551 also.
How do you most often eat?
Now.
How do you most often eat ice cream? With my mouth. In a bowl, 237. Right out of the carton, 113. In a cone, 57. I like it, but I can't eat it, 25. Licking it off somebody's body, 21. Like Brady Quinn. I don't like ice cream, 19. Nuke it first, 17. In a sundae, 15. You know the movie Christine?
Yeah, what about it?
And John Stockwell is in bed there after he broke his leg in a football game. And Goofball goes to visit him in the hospital. Remember that scene?
Mm-hmm.
And he's laying there in bed and like almost naked, John Stockwell. I would like to have taken a gallon of fish food and just dumped it all over him and licked it all off. In a sundae, 15. On a stick, 14. I could have put like a maraschino cherry on each nipple. And then just taken a big thing of, what's that whipped cream in a can?
Ready Whip.
Ready Whip, that's it. About 4 pounds of that, and smeared it. On a stick, 14. In a cake or on a pie, 6, 8. Milkshake, 7. See, I'm getting tongue-tied now because I'm thinking about that. But now he's old and ugly, John Stockwell. He's a director.
Just lick him.
In a sandwich, 4, and floats, 2. Sinks or it floats. Wow. So here's that story about the Janella Spears in Sweet Home, Oregon. Oh, boy. Janella Spears doesn't think she's a sucker or an easy mark. Besides her work as a registered nurse, Spears, no relation to the well-known pop star, also teaches CPR, is a reverend who has married many couples. She's a reverend, a preacher. She also communicates with lightning-fast languages with her hearing-impaired husband. So how did this otherwise lucid, intelligent woman end up sending nearly $500,000 to a bunch of con artists running what has become one of the best-known Internet scams in the world? Spears fell victim to the Nigerian scam, which is familiar to almost anyone who's ever had an email account. Oh, are we familiar or what? The email pitch is familiar to most people by now. A long-lost relative or desperate government official in a war-torn country needs to shuffle some funds to you, say around 10 or 20 million. If you could just help them out a bit, you get to keep 10 or 20 or 30% for your trouble. All you need to do is send X amount of dollars to pay some fees. All that cash will suddenly be in your checking account, putting you on Easy Street or on Queer Street. By the way, please send the funds through an untraceable wire service. By this time, not many people will fall for such an outrageous pitch, and the scam is very well known, but it persists, and for a reason every now and then it works. For Spears, it started as it almost does with an email. It promised $20 million, and in case the money was supposedly left behind by her grandfather, J.B. Spears, with whom the family has lost contact over the years. That's unusual because it actually had her name. Usually most of these are to undisclosed recipients. Right?
Right.
So that's what got me to believe it. She said she didn't know how the sender got her name and her relation to him, but her curiosity was piqued. It turned out to be a lot of money up front, but it started with just $100. The scammers ran her through the whole program. They said President Bush and FBI Director Robert Mueller were in on the deal, needed her help. They couldn't even spell Robert Mueller's name right. They sent official-looking documents and certificates from the Bank of Nigeria, even from the United Nations. Her payment was guaranteed. The amount she would get jumped up to $26.6 million if she would just send $8,300, and of course she sent the money. And more promises and teases of multi-millions followed, each one with a department or sending more money, dependent on her sending more money. Most of the misses were rife with misspellings. She's a teacher, and she's a minister, and she's a preacher, and she's a dumbass bitch is what she is. Good God. How do you like that? That pot of Nigerian gold. I think that's what George is going to be smoking this afternoon.
Nigerian gold? That's
558 votes on Fat Chris's poll. Not too shabby, mister.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
You're a little flabby, but it's not too shabby.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
It's the
Big O.
Orlando Alzagari. Mornings 5 to 7.
Sports Radio 560
QAM. The sports leader.
It's Dave.
Rectum.
Miami town.
Oh.
At 560 WQAM. Here's my story, it's sad but true, about a girl called Syphilis Sue.
You fairy.
Had a bug and ran it around, gave it to every guy in town.
the best talent. And your home for Miami Dolphins football. Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Cleats for the feet. Cleats for the feet. That's what I got.
Take
me
off
some
those
cleats.
checkered pants.
Eyes can say cleats.